Hey y'all, what's going on? It is the Coastal Critiques panel. We are back again to discuss season 2, episode 6 of The Real Housewives of Dubai. This episode is entitled Deserted Friendships, and deserted they are. Let's get into it.
Go.
Hi.
Hey, what's going on, Barb? My sis.
My lovely sister. How are you on this lovely hump day?
I am great. I'm more than great. I'm excellent. I beat my timing today running. I ran a mile in 11 minutes.
I've been, yeah, you've been getting it. And even though I haven't seen you in person, like I can see the progress.
I love it. So yeah, I'm excellent. Got a little trap cardio in, so I'm feeling as good as I look. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm gonna go to the gym. I've been going to the gym in the evenings once he gets off work.
Mm-hmm. Is he going with you?
Yeah, we don't work out together though. Like he does his
No. I didn't mean that. I just mean because you're waiting till he get off.
Yeah, we've been which I mean, I don't. There's pros and cons to both. I prefer to work out in like the early morning.
Me too.
It also kind of helps me stay on schedule throughout the day to work out later. So I mean it's cool, but
sorry, I need to grab my pillow real quick. Sorry, I don't like to leave you like that. I just want to grab my pillow. I'm like, why am I so low? It's the pillow. I forgot my pillow. Sorry, y'all. Go ahead, sis. Okay, so you're gonna go work out tonight?
Yeah, gonna go work out. I have some other content to make. I have to do my House of the Dragon content. Got to get those up for y'all. As well as some fashion stuff I got to do too. So yeah,
and go check out her New Jersey. She put it out today. Got out earlier, so y'all make sure you guys, any Jersey people in the building that love that franchise, go watch my sis. She got it for y'all. Okay. Hey, girly. Hey, always that girl. How are you, lady? How are you? Thank you for always joining us. We appreciate your view. We appreciate all I need you to do, though. Make sure you hitting the like on my channel and Barb's channel, because we're streaming live from both channels. So if you are coming in, make sure you hit the like button on my channel, California Cutie. And if you're on Barb's channel, of course, make sure you subscribe to both of us. Make sure you're doing all the things that you need to do. Make sure you put your notification bell on all, ALL, because sometimes you just see the bell and like, okay, I see the bell. What's going on? Hey, son.
Hey.
We better be your favorite ladies. But only one missing, Nola, your other favorite. I know your other auntie. She don't play about you. So yeah, we know it's us and the other one. Hey, Monique. How are you? Hope everything's going great. Thank you for hitting that like button. Y'all see the heart? That heart is for Barb. That's what that do. Y'all see it? That's what she do. Okay. And then if you want to pay homage to me, you want to throw a little cutie wish. We gonna show it in a minute. You know, I support. Of course you do. We know. I see you. You support me here. You support me on IG. And so I appreciate you every time. Okay.
So y'all. Even the ones that are watching in the bushes, we appreciate y'all too. But of course, you need to come on down here and join the chat. Like we be getting into it, so you need to come be a part of this chat. But definitely, like will suffice nonetheless. We'll take it. But what did you?
There you go. There's a cutie, y'all. If y'all trying to say hello to me, you throw a cutie in there. Y'all don't know what a cutie is? It's the orange little tangerine. They call them California cuties. Okay, it's my name. That's why I came up really with that name, because I mean I think I'm cute, but I came up with California cutie because I was like, I lived here in Inglewood, LA, but I lived in Lancaster, I live in Victorville. I was like, dang, I can't put it one city. So that's why I came with California. California, what? Cutie. That's cute. I like it. they can put oranges and tangerines in the chat for me. So that's where I came.
That's how it's
where it came from. It's so funny because I'm so mad I didn't name myself California Cutie with the TEA on it at the end. QTEA. Instead of the two E's, QT, but with TEA, because everybody, you know, the T is high. Everybody's spelling the T.
That's like too
long. QT.
I'm like, what do you?
I'm like, sister, if you don't get it together, TEA.
Okay.
That's it. So I had thought about changing it, but now I'm so used to making sure that I tell people, follow me, and my name is California with two E's. That I can't change it now. Like, gotta leave it where it's at.
No, I mean, I'm here for that. I'm here for either iteration, but no, I feel you on that. That would been cool. T.
Yeah, I've got the T. QT. Thank you. Always that girl number one. I appreciate those cuties. I really do. That's why I'm saying it, because people don't know, or you might see it and be like, hell, they got these oranges in chat for me. Y'all see it in my name when you see my name up there. When she pulls this down, that's why I have a cutie on the end of my name. So you guys can see that. And Barb got her heart. That's what we do. That's all. That's all.
We got our brick walls. We got our notes. We got it all, y'all. So Thank you for joining us yet again for another recap review of The Real Housewives of Dubai. As the banner says, like, comment, subscribe, share both channels. And let's get into it. But actually, before we even do that, let's talk about these ratings. Y'all are not watching, and we're not gonna have nothing to talk about if you don't start watching. I'm just saying. This
need y'all.
Yeah, this is like a series low right here. It's
hurtful.
I feel for them.
Because it's not like they're not giving it to us. It's just slow burning. We're taking a little bit of time, because we're on episode 6. So I think we're right smack dab in the middle. I think we're gonna get 12 episodes. I feel like we might get 12 episodes.
I feel like we might as well. But again, who really knows if it's going to come back for a third season if these ratings aren't good? We see that some of the other shows on Bravo have already been chopped and stuff for not performing too well or whatever. So we don't want to see that happen to another, franchise, especially when we really do not have nothing to watch out here if this keeps happening. So if y'all enjoy our commentary, if y'all enjoy these episodes, you need to be watching,
especially because they did drop our second half of the season for you guys that are watching or maybe not watching. But they dropped the second half of the season, y'all. And when I tell y'all, hey, son, love you. Love you. Thank you for joining us. Appreciate it. Make sure you will hit the like on both our channels, Micah. Love you, son. But yes, the second half had me like, I was taking notes. I jumped up and I was at the TV like, wait, whoo. I was just like, it was getting the preview for the rest of the season is amazing.
I had to watch it twice.
I didn't have time. I had you wait.
We wouldn't get a copyright strike. Otherwise, I would play it for y'all. But obviously, we know Bravo don't play, so we can't do that. But y'all, the second, if you guys weren't mesmerized by the first half, just trust us when we say I just feel like that based on that trailer, the second half it's going to give. So y'all, you need to tune in to the Real Housewives of Dubai.
Hey, Kev. What are you doing?
Worried?
You ain't late. We've been frolicking. Yeah. You didn't miss. And it's so funny because you was in on our last chat. I'm not sure because he was in on our last chat, but then we went live on that Friday and he wasn't there. And I was going to tell you, and when we was in a chat in New Jersey, I was like, I missed you, but that's because we came back to back, and I don't think you was in that chat. So you need to go check that one out too. Because we went live twice last week.
We did?
We went, well, the week before last, it could have been, but we went back to back, and in one of those he wasn't in, but I think he's been in all our Dubais. I think we did the one on just the Housewives.
Oh yeah. I forgot we did that.
And so today I almost said I missed you in the last one. I was like, oh no, he was there. So what am I missing? So anyway, Kat, we missed you. Thank you for joining us. What's up, Princess?
Hey, Princess.
What is the boo? On the phone, but I'm hearing back. Thank you. Appreciate it.
We appreciate it.
Come on now. Y'all see what my sister doing? Y'all see what she doing? She got it streaming at the same time. One on the phone, one on the TV. That's how y'all should
do it. The multiple screen, the love across multiple screens. I'm here for it. But
yeah, let me put my notes up too.
Huh?
I said, let me put my notes up too.
Started off, y'all, exactly where the previous episode left off. We know that Stanbury wanted to have this little desert excursion with the girls. So they're all around the table. They were eating and whatnot. And they got some back and forth going. Mainly, we hear Talene reiterating her story about how Brooks called her up and told her, Mom,
Mommy, we lie. Mama, we lie. That's why I put mine on focus.
As soon as I start talking, I'm gonna have to
turn my ringer down just in case.
Okay, Sharice. Anyway, so
her mom's so pretty, y'all. Oh my God, your mom's so cute.
She's
so cute. I was like, Mommy, look. She's
something else.
That's why you look the way you look, because your mama a bad one. Okay, I'm not. We're sorry, Mom's. Yeah, back to the lecture.
The feeling is mutual. But Brooks had called her to tell her being Talene, that Stanbury was basically talking ish about her. She was saying how she didn't understand why she took her away from the table or whatever. They're not even close like that. So of course then Talene took it upon herself at that point to then call Stanbury and really ask her, like, what's up? Why am I hearing that you're saying this behind my back? And Stanbury's like, yeah, I didn't even say it like that once again. It's the second time this season that we're hearing a message get back to a person and say, like, hey, that's not even how it went down at all. And there's a specific person within this group that keeps being a part of these messages getting twisted. So just throwing that out there for y'all. So Talene's like, is that like not pot stirring to you? Like, are you not seeing what I'm getting at here? And Brooke's like, she's gonna stick to her guns. She's feeling like, hey, in the beginning, you told me, hey, if anybody is talking badly about me, I want to know. You need to tell me. So that's just what I was doing. And at the end of the day, it's also my opinion. So zero accountability. And Talene actually calls her out for that. And again, so they're just going back and forth. How did you feel about like their back and forth though about that? Like, I'm honestly sick of talking about it. But
I'm tired of talking about it too. What I will say is that I enjoy the banter and that they don't raise their voice. Their voice don't really get elevated. It's more like you can hear the seriousness in my voice, but I don't have to elevate my voice to let you understand, girl, I'm being real serious when I'm talking to you right now. So I enjoy that. I'm trying to absorb some of that because I'm a loud person and I'm a passionate person. So I'm trying to learn how to reel it back and just talk in this tone right here. And even if I have to get stern with it, I want it to look a certain kind of way, not sound a certain kind of way. So I appreciate that. I don't understand that they've been friends the longest, and it's her being on, and it's not her being on TV is the problem. I'm saying it's her to be on TV with you for y'all to start seeing each other in a different light. I don't like that. I'm like, where is somebody in this group and these two girls? Somebody lying. Somebody ain't being their authentic self, and I feel like it's Brooks.
That's a good point. And I want to say Lisa actually said something along these. She made mention of something along these lines during this episode too, which I found.
Yeah,
but
she did. She said,
you can't be cutting up. You can't be cutting up all over there. You can't. And I think obviously that kind of dictates a lot of the behavior that we do see. So I mean, for whatever reason, I do appreciate it, whether it be because of the laws or whatever. I appreciate it because you don't need to be screaming all the time. Like,
yeah, because we miss a lot when you can't control yourself. Yeah, it's like you're not controlling yourself, so you're yelling, and now the other person is yelling, so now we're both yelling, so we can't hear each other. I feel like with their banter and their argument, I feel like they're saying what that needs to be said, except for when Brooks shuts things down, because that's what she likes to do. She likes to shut things down, and I don't know who made her the when I'm done, and I don't have nothing else to say. Who made her the bottom liner? Because that's what that is. I bottom line it and I'm end of it. Like, no, girl, no, that's not how it goes. So I like the fact that that Talene is seeing what I'm gonna say is the real Brooks, because I don't know who she been. Well, I guess they were drinking partners, so they always was drinking and having a good time. So maybe that's why they never got to the point where they
last week. I'm pretty sure where it's like they were. I'm not saying that they never had anything. They probably obviously did, but it may not have been as deep and as overarching as they tried to make it appear when they first came on. That they were just like they've been locked in all facets of life for the last whatever. No, you guys are probably just turn up buddies, like, period. I thought it was funny how low-key was stirring the pot a little bit too when Ion was like, ooh, Talene is really choosing you Stanberry over Brooks. I was like, oh my goodness, there we go. I mean,
if it is what it is, then I don't think you need to really put it on blast, Ion. I think you are, you're instigating something that don't need to be instigated, because it's like you guys are each are having pockets of jealousy about another person in their friendship. When you guys are all on the show together, why are we not? Why can't we all just get along?
That makes no sense, and that's actually the question I had walking away from this episode. Is like, again, why is anybody upset about anything? Because at the end of the day, everybody's mad at somebody over them trying to be friends with somebody else in the group. But if we're all on this show together, then why can't we all just be like, how are you upset with me that I'm trying to be friends with the people that were in this?
That you are cordial to. You might not be friendly, but you're cordial enough that we should be able to be friends.
That's like kind of psychotic. So I'm gonna need them to get it together. Kevin has a question for you. I noticed the background. Any reason the color green?
It's so funny that you say that. I'm telling you, my intuition is so I'm almost becoming psychic. It's so I don't know. It's not even telepathy. I don't know what it is, but I'm starting to like kind of read people's mind or feel things that I literally, before you even asked me this question, I was sitting here like, dang, I think I should have made my brick orange, because then it would be like my orange California cutie. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm to answer your question, Kevin. My favorite color is turquoise.
Yeah,
my favorite color is turquoise, and I have turquoise all over my house, and it's everywhere. So I try to get as close as turquoise as I could get, and so that's why the turquoise brick wall is here. That's the only reason that it's turquoise. But I would literally, before you even asked that question, I was sitting here like, dang, I love our brick wall, but I wonder if come on, tell them, sis, tell them. But I'm saying, I was sitting here like, dang, I wonder if it would be cute. Hey, sis, start. I was like, it probably would be even better if it was orange, because the orange would make the cutie pop. But
yeah, but I mean, it's your favorite color, so I mean, but
nobody is. Yeah, like my sis' favorite color, she loves pink. Sister love pink.
Yeah, I sure do.
And yeah, I just wanted to. I was like, man, I don't want my background to be so busy. I'm like, I got a turquoise brick wall. I put my turquoise brick wall up, so that's why it's that. As close as I can get to turquoise.
We got our brick walls, honey. But yeah, I just wait. You're saying that you? Oh well, you were saying not telepathy, but you're.
Oh, I was just saying. I had before you asked the question, I was already like, dang, I wonder if I did an orange.
You need to like channel that or something. You need to.
I've been trying to, and it's been happening a lot. That's why I'm like saying it, because it's starting to happen a lot.
You might have a calling in life to do something along those lines. So, just a thought.
I know. I'm figuring it out. Trust me, because it's happening too often. I'm starting to say it because I want people to kind of know. It's like, oh my gosh, it's starting to happen again. I had it almost all my life, like since I was a kid. Like I've been having this thing that
my mom is like
happened.
that. Literally. Anyway. Going back to the episode though,
yes.
Sarah, she also had a bit to say too. She had jumped in and was kind of well, as Stanbury calls her, or whatever, the Brooks whisper.
The Brooks whisper.
Like, I find Stanbury really funny. I really do. I can't lie. But Sarah's all like, tell her how you feel. She tells you how she feels, and then we figure it out from there or whatever. And Stanbury's like, well, what are you over here doing? And I think Talene even called her out for showing up like she's like Brooks's shaman or something. So they were calling Sarah out for jumping in and trying to kind of like she was like the
therapist or mediator.
Yeah, she was trying to be like the mediator, I guess, in the situation. But Stanbury, she didn't really take too kindly to that. But Sarah's whole thing is like, okay, well, it's not an issue when I'm championing and taking up for you. So why is it an issue now in this situation that I'm, intervening? Is because you don't agree? Just because someone disagrees with you shouldn't mean that they are now you now have like negative things to say about them. I'm like, okay, you do make a point with that. I can't negate that fact. However, I'm not gonna lie, once again, I did find Stanbury's words very funny. So I wasn't upset that she jumped in and said that. But this is also the time where I think it was Lisa. I have it somewhere in here. It was Lisa, Sarah, and Brooks. They all step away from the table for a moment to further discuss things or whatever. But we need to obviously get some separation between some people because it's not going to go anywhere if we're all just at one table talking at each other. So they all step to the side. And honestly, though, we don't even really talk about that as much as Brooks completely just turns it into, let's talk about when Sarah made a comment about Lisa's home life or whatever. Actually, I think I wrote it down. Brooks tells them that there was a comment made about Lisa's home, and that Lisa, of course, doesn't take too kindly to that because the way it's gotten back to her, honestly, I don't feel like is the way that it really happened. But nonetheless, Lisa's taking offense to it because she thinks that there's been an implication. There's like this implication now that she has something going on behind the scenes in her house, or there might be trouble in paradise behind closed doors. So they open the conversation there, but then go back to the table to hear it from the horse's mouth, which in this case it's Ayan. And Ayan's like, I told you guys, like, Lisa's my best friend, and if anything ever makes me feel uncomfortable, I'm gonna say it. And so that's what I did. And Lisa is very much like, that's my best friend. So if it was put out there and she said it was put out there like that, then I'm gonna believe her 100%. So how did you feel about that whole how that went around?
I didn't appreciate the way they came at Sarah because, for one, we all know that Sarah is the one that is the peacemaker of all of them. And I didn't appreciate the way Stansbury came at her. I didn't. I was like, calm down. I understand. My thing is this: Stansbury has a way of feeling about people, and it's okay for her to say something, but when somebody else do it, it's like, why are you talking? And then you were kind of being rude to her, like she wasn't even coming for you, and you was like literally coming for her, and I didn't like that. What did I put in my notes? Because I didn't like that. And when she told her to shut up, I was like, who you talk to? You don't tell nobody shut up. You shut up. That's what she told her. Sarah said, you shut up. She was like, no, you shut up. No, you shut up. You don't tell me to shut up and you sitting that close to me. That's a problem. You can tell me to hush. You can tell me to be quiet or stop talking. But when you say shut up, I'm gonna show y'all to shut up. I'm gonna shut you up. I ain't gonna shut up, but I'm gonna show you how to shut up. I'm gonna show you. So I didn't like that. I felt like she was being attacked, even though she's trying to be the peacemaker or the therapist, or she's the one that has the more. She just knows how to mediate a little bit better than everybody else. Everybody else kind of they click up. They click up, and Sarah don't click up with nobody. Sarah just says what she says. She doesn't look to nobody like, should I say this to her? She just says what she says. So I don't like nobody coming at her like that. And she got enough on her plate. What else? I can't stand that Brooks did that. How the hell you gonna walk over there and then switch up the whole conversation to take all the heat off of you? Girl, I was mad. I was like, no, you didn't say what did Lisa say, or what was said about Lisa.
And they really let her do that, and the only person it was Talene.
I couldn't believe it because she know that it was a whole. Let me switch reels real quick. Let me switch up I don't want to be in the hot seat, so let me put somebody else in the hot seat. I was like, oh, and then to bring it back to the table. I get it. You want to go to ask Ayan, and do you recall that scene when Ayan said all of that, or when because I remember Ayan being uncomfortable, but I don't remember it being Lisa being the only person that was talked about. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Lisa was the only person that was talking about it, but I don't feel like Sarah came at her wrong.
No,
they all saying stuff, but Sarah was the least of the persons that were talking, because it did get uncomfortable. Because even Ayan was like, that's my friend. I'm about to speak up for her. That's why she said, if y'all got anything to say, y'all can ask her herself, y'allself. So for her to go back and tell Lisa, and then Lisa hears it from that Sarah is the one that asked about her home life and all this other stuff. So what I asked about your home life? It wasn't the only thing she asked. She said, is everything okay at home? I know she's a one-woman band. I know she got her kids. I know she runs businesses. What is the problem with asking? If I ask you, sister, is everything all right at home? Does that mean I'm coming for you and your husband? Or am I just asking you, your home could be your husband, it could be your sister, it could be your mom, it could be your dad, it could be a host of things. So I felt like you're really trying to grasp at straws about how she asked or what she asked about. It's okay that she asked about is everything at home. She's not saying nothing wrong. And we will find out later why that struck a big nerve with somebody.
Yeah.
We'll find out later. Because it didn't make sense to me. It did not make a lick of sense.
I was like, that was the last episode. So I know I brought it up in the last episode when we even got the initial scene. I was like very much not understanding why Ayan even was saying what she was saying in her confessional. So honestly, when it all got spun back around like this and it showed up back again in this episode like this, I wasn't surprised because of how Ayan responded when it first happened. I didn't feel like it was any big deal. I didn't feel like it was anything odd about asking, like, we see a change in behavior, or we see she's seeming like she's overwhelmed. She's not herself, period. Whether that be because of work, school, the boys, whatever it is, she don't seem like herself. So like, what is it? We can only Sarah was only asking that based on the areas that she knows about in Lisa's life. She knows Lisa has kids. She knows Lisa has a business. She knows so she's want to ask, like, is it any of these factors? I know all this about her. Does it have to do with any of these things? Like, that's just
what do they call that when you never mind. Go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off because I had it in my head. You know how you until you find out what it is, you take everything like it's not the house, it's not her home, it's not this. Process of elimination. She was doing a process of elimination.
Exactly. So I don't understand why that was odd, but at the same time, I feel like this represents the fact that And I'm not calling Ion stupid. I am not calling her stupid at all, but I'm going to just say that I don't know if it's as much of a language barrier or there's something there. So it's like I wouldn't necessarily bring certain stuff to her because she processes it in her way of processing things. So she probably did see it as them talking negatively or trying to drum something up with Lisa's private life and stuff like that. But us knowing like, okay, it didn't even happen like that based on our logic and stuff. She just thinks on her path. I would be careful what I bring up to her going forward if I was like Sarah or anybody else, just saying. And I like that Sarah was like, no, like that's in my culture, like that's totally normal, that's not weird. And most of the women on this cast come from high context cultures, so I wasn't understanding why they weren't understanding. Like anybody, I don't know, like I do that too, like we all do that, so I don't feel like that was weird.
That's why I feel like they put Sarah on the island by herself.
But not too much, because I loved when Saba finally spoke up and she was like, I wish that you were there to hear that, because it was said with so much love and like absolutely no malice. So at least somebody was there.
But anybody that knows Sarah and listen to Sarah talk, when have we seen Sarah get out of line or be malicious or ask a stupid question or ask a question where she was being mean? That is not Sarah's character. So if anybody you're gonna say it about, not Sarah, because Sarah's the soft-spoken one, and she doesn't even when she was arguing with Stansberry, the demeanor was different than anybody else at the table. If Stansberry was arguing with anybody else at the table, it's not gonna look like how she was arguing with Sarah. Sarah was really just, she knows how to make her point, get her point across, use the right words, and not yell. So I don't understand, like, Ayan, why would you, out of everybody, why would you say it's her? So to your point, I was glad that Saba said something too. Like, thank you. And it was like, once Saba said, it's like, oh, okay. That's all it took is for Saba to say it. You don't know your friend or you don't know Sarah? Okay.
Exactly. So I'm glad that somebody was able to come in and kind of be the second in line mediator. I guess we got two in the group at least. So
hey, Jonathan, welcome back.
Hey, Jonathan, glad you could find us over here.
Here.
Oh, I missed some comments.
Yeah,
Sarah was being subliminal. Messy boots. Her comment did not come off Jania. I mean, I don't think that Sarah has any issue bringing up issues or bringing up anything to anybody. So I think even if she did want to be messy or whatever, because I'm not saying that anybody on these shows is above being messy. I'm not saying that. But I just feel like Sarah's that person, if she did want to start anything or she did just really have something to get off her chest, then she would have just went right to the source, which is Lisa. I feel like she would have just asked Lisa to her face, like, what's going on? Or whatever. If she was trying to make it be a moment or something like that, I think she would have just cut out all the in-between people and went right up to her and got it started then. I just saying. I don't think that she would have asked Ayan and Brooks and them. I don't. I think she would just asked her herself. Brooks brought the other ladies. Yes, she sure did. She literally, this is a spotlight. Brooks literally went and placed it on top of Sarah's head, which I find really interesting too. I don't know if a lot of people picked up on that, but I definitely peeped that she deflected and put it on Sarah's head, which Sarah's the main person right now that is championing for Brooks. So it's crazy that she would deflect and then now throw Sarah under the bus.
Because Brooks don't give a diggity dang dang a dang dang the dang dang the dang. Okay. I get your point about Sarah yet being she gives, what is that, hype savior? I think it was the hype savior vibes. Anything she attempts appears unauthentic. Sorry.
I was didn't I come into this season kind of like, that's why I still say what I say, that underneath it all, I'm not going to put anything past her ultimately. but he hasn't shown, the other shoe hasn't dropped just yet with her. So I'm still like handling her with kid gloves a little bit. But no, don't get me wrong, Kevin. I'm very much
she is.
Is everything really?
Yeah, she's too soft. You too perfect. You trying to be too perfect, and ain't no such a thing, Cletus.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
okay.
I was like, what that say? I got you.
Listen, I don't know, but I think. Well, no, I think I see where Sarah might be genuine in this capacity. I think I see where else she has some things going on in her life. I think she's. We'll get to that later.
I think she's almost like the weakest link at the table. Not like that, but you know what I'm saying? Out of everybody, like we talking about arguing. We're talking about arguing or speaking up for themselves. She's going to be the soft-spoken one. She's not about to she's not about to rah. She's not about to get in your face. She's actually going to be like.
I don't think Cranberry is either. She's going to leave. She'll say, no,
she's going to say what she got to say.
But she's not going to get she's not going to be on top of the table saying that or whatever. She's going to say it. And then when it starts to get too much, or if you offend her or whatever, then she'll have surgery, you'll pick her up and she'll be on her way. So yeah, it's a different group of women we're dealing with here.
For sure.
Which I enjoy. I do like seeing their dynamic over here because it is different from the other franchises. But I think that's pretty much it for this.
Oh wait, I put in my notes. I was looking at. It was funny how Sarah did say, "Well, when I was trying to mediate, talk about Sergio and Stansberry, it was okay. I'm trying to." So y'all know her heart. That's what I'm saying. Y'all know that girl don't come out with no. Even if it comes out fake, phony, whatever you want to call it, just like how Stansberry, talking your regulars, talk like a regular person. You talk like a regular person. I'm talking like a regular person. Just because I don't speak like you, don't give you the right to tell me how to speak. Stop doing that. There's no kids here, and your husband child is not here either. So stop doing that.
Don't you worry, Jonathan. We gonna fill you in. Don't you worry.
Oh, yes,
we got you. We got you. Lisa and Ayan, they meet up for coffee at this another cute coffee shop. Like I don't think they have anything ugly in Dubai. I'm convinced they don't.
Not to cut you off, but I went to my client's house yesterday. She went to Dubai, came back, so she showed me
recently. Like
I told you. That's why she went. Yeah, she went last week. Last week and got back because I told you that she's the one that told me Habibi.
Oh yes.
Remember? So she got back, she came back, and she showed me a club. She said they do it so in this whatever it was it a club, more like a lounge maybe, but it was so beautiful in there, kind of dark. But she was like, when they sing, you know how you go to a restaurant and they say happy birthday to you? She said everybody from the restaurant come out. Everybody that works in that restaurant comes to the table, and everybody comes out and sings.
Just be like whatever, a couple
a waitress or and you might grab a friend and a hostess, right? Like she's like the whole staff comes out, and she said it was like 3 or 4 parties or birthdays in that at that time. People from like Europe or something, or British or something, like they had accents and stuff. And she was like, it was so cool, and she was like, everybody was beautiful. She's like, all the women were beautiful. She was like, it was fine men, but she said it was some fine Jamaican men or African men, whichever one. They weren't from Dubai, but she was like, there was some fine men there, but the women were gorgeous. That's what she told me. I said, yeah, I just want to say that because I think about the place. Everywhere we see, it's bomb. Everywhere we see, everything that they go into, it just seems like a vibe.
2026, I'm thinking I'll probably
come on in.
I think 2026. Yeah, that was a very interesting part. But and also when she first walked in, or when Lisa first walked in, and I was like, "Oh, the boobs are booming," and she's like, "Yes, I bought the milk, honey." She was like, "I will drink it." I was like,
"Ariana,"
I was here. That actually probably one of my favorites.
And she probably would.
I honestly though.
I never tasted none of my milk ever. I'm that person. I'm that scary person. It's coming out of me. My babies is drinking it, and I still didn't try it. I was scared.
Lisa, she has it going on. So I mean, I'm not even offended. Okay, I'm not even offended.
She does.
I thought that was cute, and it sucks when we see those types of moments between them because we know that that's not where they are anymore in real life. So it does suck when we see stuff like that. But they sit down and they're like, whew, you know, like the desert, that was a lot. Like this was on, this person had this issue, like this, that, and the other thing. And Lisa's like, you know, what really triggered me about what Sarah said is like, one, you know, I didn't like it, but it actually really triggered me, come to think of it, because just a couple of days ago, my husband pointed out how I'm always too tired to have sex. So it just, you know, really struck a chord with her. And it's just
there's the hit dog hollering. There was the hit dog hollering, y'all. If y'all didn't understand what I was saying a little minute ago, I was saying we're going to get to the point why she felt like she needed to go talk to Sarah about why are you asking about my family? You're mad because what my sister said. Things are going on and you feel it. So she struck a chord, and instead of saying, dang, you notice, dang, is it that apparent? Instead of saying that, you took it to the next level and was like, how dare you? You coming for me and my family. It's not what the girl did.
At all. And this just proves like how it's coming full circle right now. And Lisa's bringing up, something that's going on. And it's not even like we're sitting here thinking that she's going to get divorced or anything like that. But this is indirectly what Sarah was trying to get at when she opened up this entire can of worms. It's like, what is going on? Because I'm noticing somebody in our friend group is not themselves. And then fast forward and we find out that Lisa is literally busting at the seams at this point. She's completely overwhelmed to the point that now she has, you know, the business and trying to expand that. Her mom was here and stuff. She's got, you know, her husband, he got his business. Like there's just a lot going on right now in her life. And Ayan luckily was there to be like, you know, I even see it because every time I call you, you know, you're like, you're talking about how you're stressed and overwhelmed and everything. And like, I don't like to see you like that. And Lisa was like, well, you know, to add insult to injury, even when mom was here a couple of days ago or whatever, she actually asked me, she was like, you know, what is the backup plan in case, you know, Rich leaves? And she's like, well, the backup plan, Mina Rowe is the backup plan. And, you know, I hope he don't ever leave me. And she goes on to say in her confessional that her mom has always really instilled in her financial independency because of, obviously, it has a lot to do with what went on between her and her dad. And she's just, you know, she's hoping that that doesn't happen. But at the end of the day, like rainy days do come. And whether that be maybe one of his businesses tanks or they do separate or whatever, you just never know. So I do think it was nice that we did get to see that transparency from her in this scene. Before I keep going, what did you think about her being transparent and bringing all that up? How do you feel about all that?
I just wish she would have said it at the table because, like, that's cool. You telling Ayan, but
and I'm sorry not to cut you off, but I'm just thinking actually. That reminds me of the fact that, yeah, if she did bring it up at the table, instead of you guys being so quick to like side eye the other person or have something negative to say about the other person, I feel like Stanberry honestly is somebody in this situation where she probably maybe could have learned from. And she was somebody, remember she had 87 employees or whatever, and she has kids as well, or whatever. So maybe instead of being so shady to one another all of a sudden, all the time, you could possibly learn from one another and lean on the other person for support. Just saying.
I feel like they're not cohesively. Yes, they're all in their own right, got their own thing going on, but I don't feel like a sisterhood. I hate that word now because of basketball wise, but I am tired. If I hear a sisterhood, I'm sorry, I had to say it, but God, dog. But I'm saying, I just feel like I don't feel like they put each other, unless they're like their friend group. Like Ayan will say it to Lisa, girl, you're doing good, you're doing whatever, you're doing your thing, your big one. Okay. But
you heard I'm like 26, right? Not next year. I need an extra year. Yeah.
Yes, not next year, the following year. Then I can go. Because I'm gonna need 2
it's
years.
Happening. It's happening.
I'm gonna need 2 years myself. But I just don't see the thing where they like pump each other up or even buy from each other. Like, do they buy each other's product? Like, I don't see the pump up enough.
You don't see girls in the group.
Yeah, I don't see girls, and they're doing amazing things. So
I feel like the one of the main persons, if I did say somebody was a girl in the group, I would say is Ayan. Honestly, as obnoxious as she is and stuff like that, I can see her really showing up for her friends.
Yeah, so I'm trying to think of how many women it is on the show. At least probably 6, maybe.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6, and then we got a friend.
Okay, so with these 6 ladies, we got Ayan out of all of them that's gonna pump the group up, or say that all the girls are doing good. I just don't feel it. I don't feel the love, people. I don't feel the love. But
yes, that. No, I actually do think that they do have that, but they just get so easily distracted. Like, I do think Ayan can show up like that. I do think Lisa can show up like that. Stanberry, like, I do think they can show up.
But do they?
But they don't, because they be getting so distracted by the other little stupid stuff that happens in the group.
Like, y'all need to stop doing that to each other. Like, it was a trip for me to hear, that Lisa teared up about her husband. That right there was like, dang, it's a big deal. She's a young woman, not, she's not my age, so she's a younger woman. And so if your husband wants to, have your body, or, he wants to be one with you, and you don't have the time or the capacity or any of that, that's hurtful for me, because I'm like, dang, I don't want that to happen to them. They're a young, vibrant looking couple. They look like they love each other, so we don't want that. 2, she schedules everything. Her alarm goes off about 50 times a day.
She needs to start scheduling that. Nobody ever. We always say that and stuff.
Yeah, we don't want to, but you might have to.
Like, kind of have to at certain points, because what she's experiencing, even on a smaller scale for just an average couple, this is a realistic thing that could happen at any point or whatever. So they just need to kind of find what works for them. And honestly, well, maybe because I guess this is once the business is really like expanding for real. But if they've been together this long and they've been able to sustain this long or whatever, I don't think this is something that they can't figure out. Like, but I loved when Ayan said in the end, she's like, you need to talk to him about it though. That's the first step. I don't think that she's even been talking to him about it. And it's just like, you're going out of your way to handle all the stuff, and it's just like, you don't need to
take some of that stuff off your plate.
And out for both of y'all.
And this right here, are you saying her think that's her fiance?
Yeah, Mina, I think he's saying Mina Rowe is being financed by her husband. He's the
because I see fiance. I'm like, I was like, what does that say? Fiance? I don't know. Okay. Because that's gonna be. I'm glad you said that, because that's my next point was that Lisa's mom, to me, when she asked those kind of, I feel like she's putting what happened to her on her daughter. Why would you do that? Because why are you making her? Let's be clear. I'm not saying she's not supposed to have a plan B or just in case, because we're not all gonna survive, or anybody can pass away at any time. So I get why she's saying it, but I get what she's saying, but I think she's using what happened to her and her husband as the thing, like the full force of it. Because it'd be different if Lisa was a housewife and she didn't do nothing and she was just solely dependent on her husband. Then that talk would be valid. But because you asking her what's your plan, and she literally has a baby, not a baby, but her baby girl, her business, right? What are you talking about? What are you saying? What are you saying, Mom? Because I feel like you're putting negativity in her brain. Like
I would have hoped she had that conversation 10 years ago. Like, not like, it's just like, she's literally, that's like the person saying, like, oh, do you need help carrying that box or whatever, when you're already like,
you're already at the top of the stairs.
And whatever, like, she's already knees deep in the stuff right now. Introducing that type of idea in her head, that type of subject in her head right now, is probably going to throw her off kilter more than it's going to help her. And obviously it is, because now she's probably really freaking out, like, oh, okay, I need to make sure now. I need to really make sure I'm always having no less than $5 million in the bank at all times.
Right.
Just adding more stress to it. And then she without her mom even needing to say this, Lisa already knows that. She already knows that. I think we can tell just based on how she is.
Her work ethic.
A woman, she knows that she's not going to be left out in the cold if they decide to part ways. So I don't think her mom needed to say that to her last week. But
and if that's the case, why don't you give her a solution? Like, well, if anything ever happened, baby, I got your back. I'm gonna be here. If you want to live here and you want to stay here, if something happened to you, I got you. So I was waiting for that to happen. I was like, wait, you just gonna drop that in her lap and then leave it like that? No, Mom.
Solution at all.
Yeah, I didn't like that. Like,
think about it. Like, no, absolutely not. Because
So I'm gonna need her to go home and talk to her husband. I don't want no divorces. I don't want none of that stuff. We want y'all to stay together. I don't want the TV show to bring any ill will to y'all. I want everything to be copacetic. So let's not even talk that kind of stuff into existence. Not. So we go back to Stansbury house.
No. Just
where because I was
like, when I was like, see, my mental is always on a break because I don't do too much.
Girl, because I got right here mental status and da. So I was like, oh, we already talked about that. Girl, Ayan, you gotta love Ayan. For the things that have happened to Ayan, that lady has the best outlook on life.
She does. I don't know if I could find the strength. I don't.
I need some of that. Ayan. I think I'm a positive person. You need to give me that.
I do. I think so too. I've been through my own different stuff in life. I think we all have, but I don't think that I could be that positive. I don't, and bubbly. Yes, going back to Sergio and Stansbury's house. Well, Stansbury's house. Why did I say Sir? What did I just? No,
you said Stansbury in her children's house.
No, yes, I should, right? It's because my first word in my notes is Sergio, and then you said Stansbury's house, so I just put it.
Because mine says Stansbury is at home with Sergio. It's how mine start, and his family. That's how mine say. Stansbury is at home with Sergio and his family, and the coach. She annoyed me so bad when she told that family, I'm not trying to ignore y'all. I'm not trying to get away from you. I'm like, you said it to the girl. You said it to the girls. You said it out loud.
As she's putting on her coat and going out the door. Bye. Please. Like, as she's like sprinting out.
There, girl.
I'm not mad at it though, y'all. We won't get into a tangent about that because I want to say we talked in length about her whole attitude towards his family and everything last week, but she's very much still the same Stansbury as last week. But they're back, they're still in town. And I felt bad too because now I'm like, oh, am I Stansbury 2.0? Because I was like, oh, his family's still in town. For some reason, I didn't want to see them, and I felt bad because after the scene and everything, I was like, Sergio's mom is actually the MVP. I actually really enjoyed her.
And I love his mama.
We
love her. She's a realist.
She is.
She's a realist. She can see.
We're gonna unpack that.
Yes, we will. Yes, we will.
Presume through this. Because it wasn't much. It was just they sat down for a meal real quick. She's happy that they're here because it's keeping him occupied and up out of her, off of her back. Her back is getting a rest from the human backpack this week. So
I can't.
Ooh, we're so happy for that. And she expresses to them that she'd like for him to have friends because she has other obligations, and that includes her children and her friends. So you need to have that as well. And every time he says, you have to prioritize me, honey. Like literally my skin crawls off my body. Because he was quick to, of course, say that because he felt slighted. And she then excuses herself to go to the spa. And he continues to have that same conversation with her family, with his family. And he tells them how he wants her to be the Stansberry that he first met or whatever, I guess. I guess it was different back then. Now she's all stressed all the time. And he wants her to relax and it's just different. And then he proceeds to tell them about the conversation that they had with the doctor and how the doctor gave them a 1-year timeline on having the baby. And his mom, she's telling him, like, you know, there's way more important things to think about right now. Like you guys have she's like, you have time. There's more important things right now. I.e. you guys being connected, like like two people that can coexist copacetically, then think about adding a baby to the mix is very much where his mom was speaking from. And then he goes on to say, like, how he just, you know, he really just wants his baby and just going on about the baby, of course. And at least one thing that I noticed they all agreed on was that he's not ready at this exact moment. Right. But his mom goes on to say, she's like, honestly, as far as Caroline goes, I don't see her having a baby at all, like ever. And he's like, Mom, Mom, you're supposed to be my champion here. You're supposed to be my support system. At the end of the day, if there's one person in this world who should have my back above all, because if Stansberry kicks me out, I'm probably gonna have to crawl back up inside you because I just need to be anyway. But yeah, he feels less than supported by her, and he thinks that she should have had his back in that moment. I want to ask, the first thing that I thought about in this scene was just them having this conversation in general. I felt like that was extremely inappropriate for him to tell his mom that, or tell his family that. I feel like that's something that they're figuring out right now. And I don't know. I felt like that was too private.
Very. Because that's more like her business, not our business. I mean, I know it's your baby, but that's her business.
As a woman, like I could just real. I probably don't want people to know that. Like it has to do with her, like
it's very personal
stuff. Like I don't think
very, very personal. We don't want to talk. Don't talk about my JJ. Don't talk about my ovaries. Don't talk about my nothing inside me. Talk about yourself, but don't talk about me.
This right here.
I know. I read. Go watch TV.
But honestly, I don't feel bad now. I feel even less bad about how she was acting towards them than I do last week. Now she explained it more, and she's like, I don't have time to do, like, she can't go to the bathroom by herself, I'm sure. So
it's her own fault. We're not gonna put that all on Sergio. Girl, you the problem is they're a COVID couple.
Yep.
That's the problem.
If that didn't explain everything for you later on this episode, then nothing will.
That was
the smoke, but it's more so like I understand where she's coming from, because as a human being in general, we all need our own 5 minutes of privacy. And she don't even get that. So I knew there at some point it was going to become a problem, whether that been 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, according to her. She was going to get tired of it.
I'm wondering if they lived in Italy or was around his friends, would it be different?
Oh,
if you know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for him probably to get friends in Dubai. I'm sure he has some, but if he was in his own city, state, where he from,
I don't know how
he might have more friends. He might be able to go out and he would know more people from high school. Like, I mean, I'm saying high school. He's almost 29.
29.
Go flies and two devices, also two different areas. Come on, girl. That's my girl.
The 39 people that are watching on Twitter /X.
Y'all know she about to make y'all come over here. Y'all got 30 seconds. Y'all got X. Y'all got 30 seconds, literally.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit
the rest. You gotta come over here.
Let me see, because I would love for you guys to join us over here on the YouTube of it all. But I do notice that you guys are in the building still. So
we appreciate y'all. Hello from California. Okay, y'all.
Yes.
But yeah, I here's the thing. Another thing I didn't like in this scene. I didn't like that they were talking in their own language. That made me feel like y'all saying something, even though they had the words, but it's still very reading.
Oh, you mean when she was at the table or when she left the table?
They all at the table were talking in their own language for a minute. We had to read the whole thing. We had to read
last week. They were speaking
at the table when after Stansberry said she's about to get ready to go, she went upstairs. They started speaking in their language, and I was like, "Don't do that. Don't speak in your language." Not like that, but because I feel like
I also get where you're coming from too, because it can be like, oh, so you guys are waiting for me to walk away so you could talk about me. There's also like, oh, like we just feel naturally more comfortable. I'm thinking if I spoke another language, I can see me wanting to maybe speak it more when I'm around my family and stuff, and we get to speak it.
True, I get that.
Yeah,
I get that, but it was. I feel like they were. I just feel like I don't know. In that moment, I feel like she did it like that because what she was trying to say. This right here. She confirmed that she didn't want no baby. So I feel like she was trying to tell him in his own language, like, this girl don't want a baby, right? I don't see her. I do see the disconnect. Even the way he asked for a kiss. Oh, you don't even kiss me right. Like, God dog, Sergio. What do you want her to do? Slob you down?
In front
Put
of
her tongue down your throat? Suck your little pee whacker in front of your mama? What do you want her to do?
Wait, was the dad there? I thought the dad was there last week, but I didn't see him in the scene.
I didn't see the dad in this scene. I just seen the brother.
Yeah, that's the sister's boyfriend. I figured out.
Sorry, so the brother-in-law, like
the random guy. That's
yeah. I didn't see the dad either. Maybe the dad was like picking up what Stansberry been putting down.
No, he probably want to get out and see the country. I would be all right. Like, no, of course they came to spend time with their son or whatever, but I would
But that's Sergio should be showing them around. Get out of that house.
I would be like, why are we? I don't care about this camera. Let's go. Like, I didn't come over here for this.
Yeah, I just that I didn't like that scene. I just
Kevin sees what we're putting down. I felt like it was highly inappropriate for him to talk about that, like, because I know how I would feel. Like, you're not allowed to say anything that has to do with my body. You are not allowed to offer up that information before I do.
Right. Let me be the one.
Sorry
to speak on that.
It's supposed to be our baby. I don't. Whatever. Don't offer that up until I'm ready for it to be offered up. Sorry, that's just how I feel.
I just still feel like he's too dang on young. Oh my God. He's 29, right? He's 29, right?
Mm-hmm.
My son is 29. All I can think about my son is 29, and I'm older than Stansberry.
Woo, man!
I can't. Now, granted, she don't have a 29-year-old son, so I guess that's probably why. Because I don't know how old her oldest is.
Yasmin's her oldest.
Oh, she's the oldest.
Yeah, the boys.
I thought there was one over her. I thought it was one over her and then one younger than her. I didn't realize.
No, because remember I keep saying that. I'm like, I keep thinking she has like a 25-year-old, but
okay, yeah, I'm still not dating no 29. Look at my 17-year-old at home, and my 17-year-old is a girl. I'm not doing that. That wouldn't be me.
I was trying to find a picture of her kids, but it's just her and Sergio all over her Instagram.
Hence, what's the last scene gonna give them? Like, look, here's what the last scene gonna give.
If not every picture back to back, it's every other picture is her and Sergio. So, I mean,
because
she's into him being her pure human backpack when it benefits her. I'm not gonna lie.
That's what I'm about to say. She knew that was arm candy the whole time, and when she broke up with her, we're gonna get into it. But when Stansberry put herself in a position that she didn't realize that she put herself in, and now she's like, I made the bet, I'm gonna just have to lie in it. No, you're gonna lie in it when you had this kid. If you have a kid from him, you actually could get out of it.
I'm really looking like there is. I mean, granted, everybody doesn't put their children on social media, so
right.
But
I wonder if her kids was on the other show that she was on with the London, whatever it was.
Oh, here's one. I had to scroll back to March 8th of last year.
You on her timeline? I mean, you on her IG or something?
Yeah, I wanted to see how old her kids were.
And it took you that long to find a picture of her and her kids. So she got the two boys and the oldest star. Okay, I didn't realize.
Yeah.
Let me move my little notes real quick. Leave it up there for a second because I'm gonna move my notes so I can see the picture a little bit better.
Well, they're younger, which is why she said later she was like, "Yeah, remember when she was at the birthday, or when sorry, jump ahead, y'all. But when she was at the when she didn't go to the birthday party, she was like, the boys aren't even in town."
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So
she did say the boys, but I
older than they wouldn't have been at that party anyway.
Because her son is taller than their daughter, so it makes him look like he's older. But they must look just like their dad, the boys. Not that they don't look like their mama. They look so much alike that I'm like, damn, they must look like their dad. Because I don't see Stansberry.
Who knows what she looks like anyway?
Yeah, she's this is her arm candy, and she was loving it in 2020, and when she had just probably broke up with the husband and got on her own 2 feet, and oh yeah, this young guy likes me, great. And then instead of letting it just be that, you taking it further. But do you feel like she loves him? Or let's say this, do you think she's in love with him? Her human backpack?
She can't, no.
So you don't think she's in love either?
And it's not to be on any weird stuff. Obviously, she's not really his mom, y'all. But it's got to be on some some, I don't know, some just I don't know. I need to see them without the screen, the cameras around, and just in their own element without the stress of the house and stuff. Because I need to see what really bonded them together, other than just
what you think.
Being like a Talene and Brooks right?
How did they just say?
Yeah, I'm not saying Talene and Brooks did that, but you know how we just Talene and Brooks were just turn up friends. They probably COVID buddies,
and it ran its course already. And always that girl, number one girl, you had me nervous. I was like, exactly what you. I was reading. I was thinking, who you going up on in the chat? I think he read okay, but look what the person's like. So the younger dudes at school be trying to hop.
I feel like, because I mean, yeah, people do approach y'all.
Of course,
obviously, I don't go in that direction, but I be thinking that too. When people are even you could come up to me and be 22, and I'm gonna be like, whoa, no, 23, 24, no, no, call me ageist, but I couldn't even do it. Nope.
Yeah, I'm with that. I'm like that too. Yeah, so you can read this because I was like, okay.
For real, just that's exactly what you're not going to do, is speak under my
clothes or speak my body parts or my sacred temple, no question. So I was like, wait. I was like, who am I about to check? Who I'm about to get?
And your mother, of all, no.
Thanks for the cuties always. Your favorites in the building. I'm like, your favorites in the building. Hi, Nanny Cakes. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for hitting the like button on both our channels, little girl. I love you. That's my daughter, y'all. My baby girl. Of course they don't. Of course they don't. You don't look like you in your 40s. You know, my little sister just turned 30. She definitely don't look like she hit 30 yet. She look like, that's why she getting these 22 and 23 years if they do come. Because she still looks that age. She still looks 23, 24. So it makes sense.
Going into freshman year of college, what? We ain't got nothing in common. No, bye.
We're gonna talk about
anyway.
right? So we can get out of there off of them.
That was that, but yeah, and then just in general, I'm just still not going to sit here and keep having the same conversation. Y'all don't need to have a baby, period. And I'm glad his mom said that she was the MVP of this episode.
She was.
So then we see Ayan. Is this the first time we saw her at her house? I was like,
well, the corner of, because that's all they gave us was the corner she was sitting in. And I said, well, dang, I want to see the whole house. I want to see the whole thing.
Was the son in the kitchen?
Oh, I think so.
So the kid, I'm gonna keep my comments to myself. So we see her at the corner of her house, and she's having a FaceTime conversation with her sister, Ifra, I think her name was. I hope I'm saying that right. She is like a second mom to Ayan. They talk every day. So of course she's super excited for her sister to come in town for the launch of Ayan Beauty. Super excited about that because not only does that like mean a lot to her personally, but it's just like a representation of everything that her and her sister have been through. Her sister specifically, this is a sister that older sister, but this is the sister that underwent that horrific surgery in their adolescence. So of course that bonded them together. Trauma bonded them, but bonded them nonetheless. And so they've always been a huge support system to one another in that capacity and all that. So she's gets super emotional with her sister. She's expressing her gratitude and everything.
I love that.
Backing her, always supporting her and everything. Her brother also is going to be coming into town from London. Yes, so she has family surrounding her at this event that we should be seeing in an episode or 2 or 3 or however many. So can't wait to see that, be introduced to them. They got a good looking family. Me and my sister were actually talking about that before we came on. That clearly they could come from a lineage of good looking people.
Yes.
So excited to have them on our screen later on in the episode. And yeah, that was pretty much it. What do you have to say?
I love that they're so close. I hate what bonded them. That's just, I can't. Every time I think about that, I just gotta chill. That's horrific. But I love their love. I love how she teared up to tell her how she loved her. I said, dang, she loved her this much. She said, I love you more than Taj, and I don't remember her husband's name. I'm gonna just call him Chris. I love her more than Taj and Chris. I said, you love her more than your son. You birthed your son, but you know your sister longer. So I can't be mad at it. It's all love. I'm excited to see the sisters together because, like I said, for her to tear up to tell her she loved her, it's just like, dang. I know she missed her sister, so I can't wait for them to come back and see each other. And like she said, her sister is like her bigger supporter. So I love that. Her brother is a cutie pie. He is so cute. He don't look like how the sisters look. He has his own look, but he's very attractive young guy. So I would love to see in what order. I know the sisters. She said they both was older. I think she said both of them.
She kept saying she was a baby. So
yeah. She said she's a baby. We don't know though. Ayan don't know no better. She don't know what she. I'm just playing. If she the baby, she the baby. Yeah. But her brother looked younger than her, not because of nothing. He just had a younger look than me. Yeah, you think so too? I feel like he was the young. When you see them together, you would think that's the younger brother, not the older brother. So yeah, I like that love. I have 6 sisters, and I don't have any brothers. So when I see sisters getting along and appreciating one another, I like that because I'm the oldest out of my 6 sisters, and I just want to have that same respect. And my sisters admire me, and for me, that made me want to tear up. But I want to be an example. So yeah.
Stop, because I'm gonna start crying, and we're gonna be crying.
You cry. It's a happy cry. I'm just saying, I'm a big sister, and I wouldn't want none of my sisters to look at me like they don't look up to me. Like I have to be that example for them. So when Ayan did that for her sister, it made me feel good because my sisters do that for me. They do. They tell me they love me all the time. They do. I like to see that because people, sisters sometimes don't get along. And so when I see somebody's having that much admiration for a sister, it's like, yeah, because we try, at least I try hard to be a good sister. So
yeah.
Yeah. All right. My blubberiness is over. I'm sorry, y'all.
I empathize with that. Obviously, well, as the youngest sister, I empathize with that.
Yes.
So I know how like excited I am just in general. Like going back to my fashion show last year, I was so excited when my sister was able to come and be a part of that. And
yes.
So I get
She's so sweet. I love your sister. She's so sweet. I love your sister. We had a good time at the fashion show. She was a little quiet. You know, I had to try to pull her out of her shell. Like, girl, you ain't gonna be quiet about me. She
just been her own little world.
She
but I love when she comes to town because like Ion, being thousands and thousands of miles away from like your entire family at times, it definitely does get to you and stuff. So it is nice when you can at least share those joyous occasions and have them and stuff. So I liked seeing that moment with her, and our son was there, whatever. We were in the corner of her house, and I'm excited to see this new collection launch.
Me too.
I hope nothing goes wrong with that because that's gonna be so annoying.
It won't.
They run out of drama. Like we don't have time for any of that.
And that's another reason why I think Ayana's being such a, she's not even picking and choosing no battle because she's not even having a battle. But you notice how even when she's about to say something bad or something that's out of line, she thinks about it first and then she switches up and says something different, completely different. So I like that about Ayana. She's thinking as before she speaks, because once stuff come out your mouth, sometimes you can't just redact it or say, oh, I'm sorry. Sometimes sorry is not enough. You already said what you said. So
yeah. The next scene, y'all, we more family. Brooke's mom finally has gotten into town as well, so we're introduced to her. I don't remember her name. I feel bad, I don't remember her name, but we see her, Brooks, and her son. They all pop into the glass house, of course. She wants to give her mom a tour, of course. Yes. So she's showing her all of these spaces and everything. And then afterwards, they sit down to talk about, grandson's party and everything. They order some tea, which was like interesting because the little boy don't even drink tea, but whatever. And I thought it was funny when the producer asked her if her mom calms her more than Sarah, and she was like, "Of course, I came out of her vagina." So that was funny, and we do find out a bit more about Brooks and her upbringing. Which the one part that I found really interesting was when her mom was like telling her son, like basically, like, don't feel bad or whatever, because your mom, she used to be very shy and stuff. And I was like, really? Like, I can't, can y'all imagine Brooke shy? Because I can't. I mean, obviously we're all sometimes different in our, school age years.
Well, we know why she was shy, depending on where she falls out in the 7 children that her mom had. So yeah, it's 7 kids. So she said she's one of 7.
She didn't say she was the youngest, though, right?
She didn't say that she was youngest. That's why I said, depending on where she falls at, if she's closer to the bottom, yes, she's going to be more shyer. Anybody that has siblings, usually the younger ones are the more shyer ones. So depending on where she falls at, I can understand. I can see that happening. And until you learn your voice, that I have one, that I can say what I need to say, until you learn that, or you get the confidence in that, or you were at school and somebody thought they was about to take your little lunch and you didn't bop them and got your lunch. And then you like, now I'm not, they didn't woke up the sleeping giant. That's kind of what it is. So sometimes your shy, my sister Mallory was super shy. Mallory was my shadow. She's 4 years younger than me.
So funny.
And she would be behind me. If we go into my friend's house, she'd be behind me, standing behind me. I'm like, girl, get from behind me and say hello to their mama or whatever it is. She would be so quiet. Now, Melanie ain't nobody's quiet, ain't been quiet since she was a teenager. Once it opened up, that was it. That was done deal. So I could see it, me myself. And then like I said, I got 6 sisters. So to see all the personalities and who was shy and who wasn't shy. Yeah, my Mallory was really shy. And she ain't nobody shy. Everybody thinks she the older sister.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no.
So funny.
But Brooks herself, no, I can't see her being shy. You're right.
I enjoyed this moment with her. One moment that we're not talking about Talene or any of that.
What do you think about her son? Was he showing his little butt that time? Like, remember he had showed his butt with his babysitter. So now the mom is, Brooks is talking to him, and he's still kind of like not really giving her an answer. But we gonna get into it because I know you're about to talk about it. Because
that's
a specific.
Pretty much went after that. They kind of started about kind of like his attitude and everything, and like how he's very care and whatnot, and that's why Brooks is like, feeling she's already expressed that she feels guilty for the fact that she works so much, but we found out in the past that she's the sole provider for him, so that's why it's like a paradox. It's like, she wants to be home with him more, but she can't be home with him more because she has to work to provide for him, like otherwise they ain't gonna have no home. So it's
do you think that's why Brooks is as tough and as hard as she is, because she don't have the help of her? It's like, what does the father do? He just picks him up and
like, what does that consist of?
What is his role? What does he do? What is
feel? And it has nothing to do with because I'm gender roles or anything like that. Just in general, as the other parent, like, how do you feel good about yourself knowing, like, you just like, how do you not just innately want to be
help? Do you need something? What can I help you with? Or even your son coming to you and saying, Dad, I want.
So do you just
going to your mom
and be like, well, Brooks, he says he wants.
Yeah, come on now.
Stand. Like, I don't
understand what's going on. So I think,
like, well, I mean, if you celebrate it, I don't know, but or even on the birthday.
Like, we're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. But I'm
saying for the birthday, like, I need to know, like,
she's a bitter baby mother, and with that being said, she don't take it out on her kid. She don't even take it off, well, a little bit on that dude, but I feel like she's been holding on to that, and every time something happens with the girls, that's when it seeps out. The real her or the real hurt of her seeps out. She lashes out to the girls because she can't really lash out at the dude when you should. You should be, I want half, Lucy. I don't want half. Like, literally, you're mad at life because you are dealing with life a certain kind of way. And so you're taking it out. You see what I'm saying?
That instead of, because she's always obviously in the confessionals and when she talks to us and stuff like that, it's very much like, I did what I had to do. Like, all I cared about was, getting me and my son up out of there. But I think she does hold some resentment there or whatever. I'm not saying she regrets her decision at all, but
not at all.
It's like, obviously she's still probably resentful. So yeah, I could see it. It's going to come out somewhere in your life. It's
now
somewhere. So maybe, she does take it there with them.
That's what I think. So that's what I want to say about
back to these healing sessions. She could overcome it, but that's on her, and get off of thread.
She don't want to heal. She thinks she's fine. She thinks everybody else has the problem, even her ex-husband. No, you're not holding him accountable. So you're mad. You actually should be looking in the mirror and be mad at yourself, because what's happening is you trying to be hard all the time against this man who shares your son. I know you want to do the best that you can for him. I get it. But drop his off over there and let him live with his daddy for a bit. So you don't have to do that. If you don't want to take no money, or he not offering no money to help with anything, you're the sole provider. Oh yeah, he didn't drop off.
Does he even go over there for the summer? Like,
I don't know.
Specific. Obviously, I know the landscape of Dubai is very unique, but I want to know how big it is, because, and that's the thing, it's not even like she lives in Texas and he lives in New York, or like it's some real big distance in between them, whatever. They live on a big island, so there's no reason why he can't pick him up from school some days or whatever. Like, I just don't. That's just weird. We would have to read it. she got money, so she needed to pay for a lawyer and maybe renegotiate some stuff, because, and it's not
Something.
that I'm telling her to, he should be paying all her bills or something like that. Or anything like that. I think that he should be more active.
But pay your due to your son. Don't even give me nothing. Open your son a bank account.
His own personal development. Like, you should just want to be a part of your child's life. Like, do you want to
get to the scene with him?
Like, do you want to be a part of his development at all? Weird.
It's
I would never have to worry about me reconciling with him, because that would be a complete turn off to me. Like, seeing him be okay with being a non-contributor is already enough for me to just be like, I could.
He wouldn't have been be a non-contributor and see if you're gonna be at the birthday party. You better throw your own birthday party
at the birthday party. You could not be there, like, ever.
No.
Sorry.
No. You throw your own party.
I had that growing up, and I think I turned out okay.
You get two parties. Who ain't down with the two parties? Hi, little girl. Hold on. My grandbaby just came in with her tablet. Came in on getting on my bed. Hold on, I'm just gonna mute myself real quick.
Let me start this, Kevin, because that is literally what we're getting at. That's what it's reading as. That's what it's translating as, y'all. If you don't understand, if you disagree, by all means disagree, but it's definitely reading that way, because it's just like, if you look at all of these instances where Brooks is acting cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, none of them really fully connect. None of them can seem to be attributed to any actual concrete source of anything. So that only makes me think it has to be something that we aren't privy to, which would be the resentment, because she never said that. We're just being loud here.
It just came to me when I said it out loud to you, when I literally was like,
I don't know how we did that. Yeah.
I'm like, light bulb moment. We've been waiting on her to tell us. We know what it is. You are taking on a lot. You're taking on a man and the mother and father responsibility when the father is there. Like, that's so weird. And this comment with Kevin said, when Gold Digger goes wrong, that was funny.
I had to start it because exactly. Oh my goodness.
I like the other one you said too. You said when where is it at? When being a cougar goes wrong. I said,
yeah.
Caroline search.
That's funny.
Kevin, you're hilarious.
But yeah, so they just kind of talk about her son's behavior and everything. Brooks is like, well, at the same time, there's the differentiation must lie with the fact that I was one of 7 and he has no siblings. And he's like, yeah, and I never will. And she's like, do you not think your dad won't have any, like, whatever? It's like,
you don't live with his daddy. It wouldn't even be the same. Shut up. What kind of question is that?
No, you won't. And or he's like, no, he won't, or whatever. And she's like, well, like, it sounds like you and your dad have more conversations than me and you have. Like, why can't we talk more? Like, what's up with that? He's like, well, maybe if you didn't come home at 10 p.m. every night. And so, of course, she's in the end, she's feeling guilty because she has to be the sole provider for him. So it's just like a no-win situation. How did you feel about, her?
I'm wondering, sister. I'm wondering, does she have to do this, or are you doing this to spite the nose on your face? Because Brooks reminds me of a person that she said it. She literally said it. She said, I got my baby's diaper bag, and I left with just that. So I'm almost feeling like she's doing it to herself. To, like, I don't need him.
She takes the harder path. Just
like to just
point to themselves, because nobody else is putting that burden on you. Like,
and it's like, oh, I'm gonna show you. Don't show me. Don't show me, because it's making you hard. Don't show me. Just do what you need to do to be a better parent. And I'm gonna need them to have a conversation in front of us. I want to know. Sorry, y'all, my earring pad fell down. But I want to know really what's the tea on that. Like, he helped you get your business started and everything, so y'all should actually be in a good place. How the heck can he help you get your business started, but he can't help you with your baby, with your kid, with your 11-year-old? That don't make sense. What are we talking about? What is that? How does that work? He gonna make your whole glass house, but he don't help you with the kids. I mean, your baby, your kid.
I had no issues blowing him up about fixing the toilet or whatever. So it's just like, I just
it doesn't make sense. Something about
their relationship at random times. Like she wasn't being weird, yeah, when he was helping with the glass house stuff and whatever. But it's like out of nowhere, then she starts to talk about how like this weirdness lies. And even later on in the episode, she even speaks about that, how like they're up and down and stuff. And it's just like, but you were just up as far as we saw. So did something happen? I mean, and yeah, maybe something could have happened in between then and us seeing you on our screens, but it's just, it's not making sense. And I'm going to need her to fill in a couple blanks, because there are clearly some blanks, because nothing. I was just saying before when you're on mute that anytime she expresses herself and comes off cuckoo, it like not connected to anything that we could see on screen. So it must be connected to something that she hasn't spoke about yet, i.e. her harboring this resentment and all this stuff.
Just making sense. It makes so much sense now. It's like you've been harboring this, and it's you just pick off one girl at a time. Oh, it's your turn this season. Oh, it's your, yep, you. Oh, you too. Oh, you, Talene, you want some of this? Okay, I'll give it to you too, Talene. Like, literally. I love it. Yes, keep them coming, girl. Keep them coming. But yeah, let me bring my notes back up because I had popped them down for a sec. I think we go over to Sarah's.
Yeah, and Sarah's.
And Akin with his cute self.
Yeah, and
he's young though. He's young.
Yeah, he's like, the more I'm seeing him on the screen, the more this is not what you were gonna do, Sarah. We know it's not.
Yeah, I don't think so either.
But yeah, it's time for him to leave, y'all. And Maktoum is there, of course, running all over and like twerking all over the house too. He said he wanted to win a world record for twerking. I was like, I don't. Sarah, what are you guys having conversation? Like, what is he being privy to when we're not around? Because this is the second time he said something. It was kind of like, okay, anyway. Hey, I got to speak my mind, y'all. So she's hopeful that there could be a future between her and Akin. And although, they need to, talk about some things, of course. And he does see marriage in his future, though. So, I mean, that's cool and everything. But when the conversation really started to get interesting, when we turned over to like finances and stuff. So she sees her future marriage being one where her husband is the like sole like financial provider, and he's responsible for that and security. And so she says that because in her previous relationships, she's been the one that's foot the bill for like everything, and she's not doing that no more. And that translated to him like, okay, so, well, if that's the case, then who gets more of the say? Wouldn't the husband get more of the say in the relationship then? And she's like, what do you mean by like gets the more of the word? Like, what do you, because I'm just speaking from like my culture and stuff. Like, that's just how I was raised. How I was raised, my mom, like, she had her money, but like she did what she did with that. And then my dad, he provided everything. That's how it worked over there. And he was like, well, if that's the case, then shouldn't that person be the one that gets to kind of be more so the dictator of certain things. And so they kind of talked about that for a moment, and she was like, yeah, so nobody is in charge of anybody. That's the thing. Like, we're all humans. So it's not a matter of like, because you do this, that means that you get to, dictate. And they end on a positive enough note, I guess. Leave it there. And he's just like, okay, but that was not a convincing okay to me. And that told me everything I needed to know. She should have just been like, well, I'm not going to see you ever again, because clearly, just based on his reaction, that should tell you like that wasn't going to be something that was going to work for both of y'all.
So, he's not going to meet the parents. That's what I'm getting.
There, and because that's the next big thing, they're able to say like, okay, cool, we're going to be exclusive, because he's like, hey, I ain't going to be just over here on the sidelines. You think you about to be out here still entertaining people or whatever. So they're able to say that they're exclusive at this point, but she's not going to call him her boyfriend until he meets her parents. So, So what did you think about that?
Excuse me. It was really a but anyway, I was like, I don't think that she should have put the son in it so soon. Like, I know I gave you the reason why last week why she did that was probably so to see if this was even something to go forward with. But I feel like it's gonna be a big letdown if this does not happen. And this little boy is in love with this man. And I don't mean it like that. I'm just saying he really likes this guy. He really likes that he likes him. That he can tell that he likes the son, and that makes any little kid happy. So I don't see it working out. I feel like what Kev said at the last one when you're getting to it. Oh no, this one, that one right there. That's what I see.
Because there's no like, once he started talking, it's like you guys aren't matched like that. You guys like, and it's like nothing he was saying was even really that convincing. Like I just I don't.
Other than when he said, I don't share. Like, okay,
yeah, that's the only time he had some conviction behind anything. Like that's the only time he really.
Yeah, like, he meant that I don't share, but it didn't mean I don't share with you or like I don't share. Like, can't nobody have you? Is like in real life I don't. And when I'm with a girl, I don't share. Okay, none of us do. That's a given. That's not something like when you get into a relationship. That's what you're supposed to do, unless y'all have an understanding. That's something different. But I just feel like she should have. I feel like she should have protected her son a little bit more.
I feel like he was only even just saying that though, because I'm not saying, obviously, I'm not questioning his religion or anything like that, but I want to say, and maybe he was just kidding, but there was that little snippet we saw like in between the scenes where he was like in the pool and she was like, oh no, you don't get wife privileges without me being a wife or something like that. She said something along those lines. And it was just like, I just, at the same time, I see him being cool with whatever she is willing to offer or willing, however far she wants to take it or whatever. So I feel like he only said that in this case because and I'm not saying that he only had one thing on his mind or anything, but I just feel like he wouldn't have said that if maybe they had been in physical or anything like that. Like, I feel like he only said that to kind of make sure like this was still progressing to a point that he wanted it to be and like not to just stay in the friend zone.
He could be an opportunist.
I'm saying it's not a bad thing. Like, it's nothing wrong with wanting to be in a relationship with a person, but I just I don't know. He was kind of wishy. He was like not a lot.
I feel like he's putting on for the cameras a little bit. This is like, first of all, he's
first person probably that's going to do an interview too.
Come on now. So I feel like it's more for the TV or more for cloud or like, oh, I'm talking to this girl. Oh, she's on Housewives of Dubai. Oh, okay. So, and then she calls him and we're talking, we're filming. I mean, I can talk to you if you want to be on camera. Oh yeah, sure, I'll be on camera. Okay, so now we got him talk. Oh yeah, I'm coming to Dubai. So it was like, looking back on it now, I'm starting to feel like you might be an opportunist, and you like want to show your body, you want to get some recognition. And again, if you're not like that, my love, my bad. I'm just saying what it looks like on the optics for us. On the outside looking in, it looks like you're not that into her and you're just telling her what she wants to hear in the moment because she's on TV. And I don't like that. And this part right here, as far as, well, who's going to be the boss and who's, well, then who can control it? Well, there's going to be times where I'm going to take the lead and there's going to be times my husband takes the lead. I've been with my husband 24 years. There are times where I take the lead for sure. Who is the head of the household? He is. Because he better protect this mother sucker. He better not let nothing happen to this house. So yeah, you're the head of the household, but there will be times where I'm going to take the lead. There's going to be times where I'm going to make the big decision in this situation. There's going to be times where he does it. It's a give and a take. It's not, he's the dictator and I do everything my husband say. Who? What? Let's be clear. I'm older than my husband by 6 months. That's all. But I never let him forget it. We're the same age right now. We're 51, right? We're both 51 right now. But in October, when I turn 52, and he got to wait till next year to turn 52, brother, I always say, who? I'm going to take seniority. I'm the oldest. This is what I do to him. That's what he be looking at me like 6 months older than me. Girl, shut up. I be like, it don't say that. How old are you? Like when we was 50 and 51, I'm like, how old are you? I'm 50. Well, I'm 51. It don't say 6 months. It say I'm 51 and you are 50. So he don't like it. But
I have a sugar daddy, so I don't know anything about that.
Come on for the sugar and the daddies, okay?
Just kidding. He is older than me though.
I'm like 71, baby, over there. I'm 72, baby. You already know what it do. But yeah. For me, I think I hope you, hey cousin, I said it earlier, miss you, love you. I did go on your live the other day because I'm so sorry I haven't been on your live, sis. But I did see your General Hospital. I like your whole little thing. I was like, I gotta watch different thing. Yeah, so I did go in there yesterday. So I gave you a like. So
yes, go subscribe.
Come on, sis. But yeah. Go ahead. Go check out our cousin.
Yes, please go subscribe, support the channel.
Absolutely.
I heard it on. Your husband is hey, a fact is a fact.
And he is. Wait, which one? My husband? We both. I don't know I'm talking about my husband. He is. Come on, Kev. That's right, baby. I ain't bad.
Y'all are funny. No, I agree with what you're saying. I think first of all, y'all do whatever works for you in your household.
Absolutely.
Let's just say that. What works in my household might not work in Cece's household and vice versa. So do whatever works for y'all. But second, I think that what Sarah was saying though is ultimately it made sense to me because it's like or for me at least, it's like, okay, nobody should have the power over anybody else. It doesn't matter like what you're like physically contributing to the household, but like mentally and all of that, like everything that goes on up here, like you should never think that you can exercise some type of like control and just dominance over another person. Like that's not what life should be about, in my opinion. I don't think that you should want to, and vice versa. I don't think that you should want to have control over another person like that. Like you should think for yourself and have a brain for yourself, and I should be able to also have a brain and think for myself. So I definitely understood what Sarah meant by that. Yeah, I just think that as far as leadership though, I think a lot of the terms that they were using in this scene are kind of like archaic terms. I think we should stop with the whole like it's not even like, oh, you are the leader, as much as, to your point, we both lead in different areas, like
at different times.
If you don't know how to hang up curtains and I know how to hang up curtains, I'm not going to be like, oh my gosh, you need to hang up these curtains because you're the man and you need to know how to use all the power tools in the garage. Like, no, there's couples where this person is the person that does the hanging up of the curtains or the cooking or whatever. So whatever,
or the cars, or whatever it is.
Looking at it in this like archaic way where it's like, okay, money mean I tell you what to do. Like, good, who are you talking to? Like, I don't.
So but you don't get to work now. So because that's what I was trying to get at too. I don't remember exactly what Sarah does at this moment while I'm talking, what she does. But for me, when he was saying that, who controls, who's the boss, basically, I'm saying, and she's saying, you're the provider and you're the protector. And I was like, and she said, she went a step further. She said, my mom got to keep her own money. My dad took care of everything, but the money she made was her money. And I was like, okay, so maybe that's what she's trying to say. Are you trying to lay your bricks down? You see what I'm saying? You're trying to make sure what you're saying, he's gonna be like okay with that, or are you trying to make sure y'all both on the same page? Because he sounded like he was on the same page, but I didn't believe him. No, I didn't believe him.
That's why I was just like, next, like like when a person, you don't even need to have a whole moment where you call them out or you guys even need to talk about stuff. Like, how like someone just says something and it's just like it tells you everything you need to know.
Mm-hmm.
That's how he was answering it. These questions told me everything I needed to know, and y'all, it's not gonna work. Like, goodbye. Like, this should make this the last time you guys even see each other. Start thinking about how you gonna break it to your son, because this is not going anywhere. Just like Sergio and Stanberry are more than likely gonna be down to the courthouse any day now.
Absolutely, Kevin, what you said on that last comment, for sure.
It was just like, I'm just like,
but is that what the Muslim isn't that how it is with the Muslims? The Muslim men are able to do more, and then the Muslim women supposed to kind of be covered up and kind of like not to be heard. Like, I don't know. I'm asking. It's literally a real question. Like, isn't that how it is with the Muslims? The women don't have as much say in it. They kind of take the back seat, and that's what it seems like. I don't know, because I'm not a Muslim. I don't know that, but it seems like that even the fact that they have to be covered up. And even she said that, she even made a joke like, I'm covered up and I still get play. I'm like, girl, you ain't gonna tell me like that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I just didn't like it, and I think we all can agree that it's not gonna last long. She's never gonna get to really get with that dude. Because they definitely don't do premarital sex. Then
no,
they barely do it. They can't do nothing.
They were like, they haven't even kissed, and they were all like, that's BS. Like, we don't believe that. Yeah, they haven't.
Yeah, they haven't done anything.
They probably like only church hugged. Anyway,
is that what the pat on the?
That's like the half, like, yeah, like the and they're just like real quick. So y'all wasn't expecting this scene to come so soon, but it did nonetheless. We finally get this sit down between Stanberry and her daughter Yasmin. They go to this restaurant. We find out that the college tour that she was talking about a couple episodes ago, that's already occurred, and unfortunately, because the house was getting pushed back and everything so much, that Stanberry was unable to go on the college tour as well. So it was just her daughter and the dad, which was probably such a great. Sergio was probably jumping on the bed like a little kid. He was probably ecstatic over there, y'all. We're not lying. So Stanberry just is going on about how she wants to spend as much time as possible with Yasmin because she's about to go off to college, in the next year. So they really need to get in as much time as they can during this next year. She's like, hey, do you think I prioritize you? Yasmin's like, no, absolutely not. You prioritize Sergio, though. And every time we are in an argument or whatever, like, the things that he says to me are just like insane, because if anybody else was to have said those same things to me, Mom, you would have had a problem. So no, I don't feel like you prioritize us. And I feel like Stanberry, she immediately started to give excuses and was just kind of like, well, it's only ever been like, or it's just, the three of you, and there's only one of me. So she's like, no, it's not about that. It's about the fact that you just go up for Sergio all the time and not us. And she's like, at the end of the day, he's not even my dad. So, and instead of eating it, I feel like Stanberry, she was very much like, giving excuses. I think she even said at one point, like, well, it's any set parent coming into like a new situation, like that's never a perfect thing. Like it's always going to be a hard transition and stuff like that. She was giving a lot of excuses, y'all. And her daughter drops a bomb on us and says like, well, yeah, you also didn't even give us time to adjust. You moved him right in. Like dad moved out, he was right in like a week later. Like what? And that's when Stanberry opens up to us and talks about how, yes, that happened during COVID. She moved him in, or the husband moved out. Sergio moved in because he wound up getting quarantined with her or whatever. He wound up getting stuck there. And this has just been what it's been for the last couple of years now.
5 years.
That's not even a couple. It's more than a couple. So why would you anyway? So Yasmin's like, she doesn't feel like her mom sticks up for her. Stanberry does try to like kind of reassure her in this moment and tell her that she's like amazing and everything. But again, she's in her.
She's in tears. The 17-year-old, Yasmin's in tears. She's crying.
She's literally crying. And she just wants to be thought about overall. And Stanberry, though, she is optimistic that they can all get it together, including Sergio. So how did you feel about that scene?
I felt bad for her daughter because remember I was kind of irritated by the way the daughter came at Sergio a couple of episodes ago, but I didn't understand her frustration. We didn't see their dynamic. So now to hear that the mom is taking her side, it's already a hard thing to be a step parent. It's already to be a bonus parent as it is. And then you're going to go get a young bonus parent on top of that. It's just, I don't think that was a great idea. She moved too fast. You moved their dad out and moved that man right on in or got right with him. That ain't it. Not at all. I just don't agree with none of that. You didn't even get yourself a chance to be single by yourself with your kids. He must be.
No. And then she even at one point, when she even said, she was like, well, it's not like transitions are hard. It's not like me and their dad grew apart. So even if Sergio didn't move right in, me and the dad would still have gotten divorced. Like,
true. Like, I get that. But that's what you should have did. You shouldn't have moved him in.
How does that even make sense in your mind to think that was ever going to be a good idea for you or for them? So I think Yasmin's 100% justified in how she feels. And that's why at first, like, although you did open my eyes to the fact that no, Yasmin shouldn't have been talking crazy like that in front of all those people, or even not even in front of those people. Like she shouldn't have came at him like that. No. However, two things can be true at the same time. That, but she's also very much justified in how she feels during this time, because it's like Carolina did everything under the sun except for take her children, I feel like, into consideration with this whole thing. Sorry. I'm not saying she don't love her kids. I actually, in this moment, I do feel like she genuinely does love her kids and stuff like that. And I do feel like I've seen some maternalness about her during the scene. A lot more than I can say just in any other scenes that we've seen of her on the show. A lot of times she does come off very much just rigid.
Like very rigid. Yes.
Very detached. So I do think that, like, I don't know, this was just bad. This was just a bad call all around. And I hope it's not too late though. Like they can mend this, of course, but she has to be willing to see the situation for what it is and what she did wrong. And I don't think she's is seeing that, because like I keep saying, in these confessionals, she turns around and says, well, we were on divorce anyway, or, you know, all step parents aren't accepted. So this, you know, this is just how it goes. Like, no, you're not getting it.
It's like falling on deaf ears. Even when she was, I mean, I know her mom, it was heartfelt. She handed her a napkin to dry her eyes, and you know, she had her own napkin. So I was like, okay, you're paying attention, but at the same time, you're still making excuses. You still coming with an excuse on why, you know, like step parents don't get, you know, you don't get along with step parents all the time. I'm like, shut up. That's not what we're talking about.
Nobody, she sure can, but like the way that she went about it though was
hasty. It was hasty. That's all.
She was really neglectful of how they were going to feel.
And not only
marrying her, like you're like, there's kids that are going to be in this house, and we found out today. Yeah, I mean, this was however many years ago. Yasmin only just turned 18, so these were pivotal years that you kind of like took
back.
Like, yeah, those last couple years, now she's off into the world. And that's why she told her in the beginning, like, she was like, oh, you're gonna, you know, how do you feel about living alone, or, you know, going off to college or whatever? And she was like, oh, I think I'm gonna be great at it. Because she's probably been just detached. Pretty much, she's been living in your house the last couple of years, Danbury, but she probably really hasn't been a part of the family.
I mean, and that comes from her even being, she said that earlier, like,
she's been detached.
She don't even want a baby to come to the family because she knows a mom ain't gonna do nothing but try to send the baby to boarding school, or like, you know, not, or she gonna have a nanny take care of the baby.
She's not going like a integral part of your family for the last however many years, and she's able to like at least articulate herself or whatever. I can only think what those boys feel.
Got that right.
And you didn't go on a college trip with her. Like, it's just like slapping a face after slapping a face she probably feels.
And then just that, and I'm sure the sons are feeling the same way. Y'all moved in. They didn't even want to go move with you with Michael. to tell you, hey, little buddy needs to go until Stansberry put on her big girl, right, and set the boundaries with her husband and kids. It's doomed. It definitely is. And it looks like, yeah, is it Yasmin? Is their daughter's name? I feel like she resents Sergio. So even if he was, you know, being the sweetest, softest person, it's already embedded. Like, man, you didn't take my mama.
Exactly.
My mama don't talk to us because she's with you.
The theme of today, y'all, is resentment. This person is also, just like Brooks is resentful, Yasmin is also resentful, and Caroline's not helping her to release that because failing to look in the mirror and see her cups. Like, you fucked up, and it's okay, but you just gotta own it. How you guys want Brooks to own her, you have to do that too. You have to, you shouldn't have moved that man in your house so fast.
Period. I don't care if you did think the world was coming to an end. Let it in, but he ain't got to be there with you and your kids. Like, he don't. Sorry. He got a whole family. He got his own family. His mama he got a family. And at that time he was like 25.
Yeah. Have a life too. Is what our girl
I know
Johnson said. And
yes, AJ, baby, we love her. We get to the last scene. Is this the last scene?
No, just pretty much.
Yeah. No, I'll just look at it again. Remember, mine is perfectly done.
Talene and family, they're at home. Unfortunately, we hear of the passing of her dog Coco. That she had even before she was married. I guess that was her and like her sister's dog or whatever, her family dog. So she unfortunately passed away, and of course that is weighing on the family right now. And Talene's like, you know, even when I sent out the text, the only girls that responded were Lisa, Ayan, and Stanberry. Like, who does not text back when I text them about, or when someone texts them about a dog passing? Like, I'm just not understanding it.
Right.
And so she's like, especially with Brooks, of course, of all people, like Brooks didn't even reach out. So Talene's pretty much in disbelief. Rafi, though, I did pick up on him kind of being like, well, you know, this, you guys do this all the time. Like it'll blow over in like a couple days or whatever. So I honed in on that because I'm like,
talking about Brooks.
Yeah, he was saying that they'll get over it or whatever. They tend to do this. So I was like, really? Do you?
So they do argue.
So yeah, I'm like, anyway.
Brooks is kind of argumentative, to be honest. If you think about it, you think about how she talks to people. It's like kind of rough, like kind of. It's not like it's almost in your face. It's not so loud, but it's sometimes, even when she talks to me, like I don't care, or I'm over that. Like, okay, whatever. It's like, girl, you're too dismissive. I don't like that dismissive stuff. Oh man, my computer about to get hot, y'all. Damn it. I'm listening though. I'm right here.
Talene, yeah, her sister though, she was like, Brooks is looking real unhinged right now, so she sees it. It really is. Talene lets us know that she sent a message to Brooks saying happy birthday to Adam. Brooks didn't respond, so if she doesn't get a response, she's not going to the party. And speaking of party, literally the party's happening at this time. I felt like it was super cringy because when we got the first like 30 seconds with her and her ex-husband, he's there, her mom was there. And I remember a producer even asked her like, oh, is he like help split the bill for the party or whatever? And she was like, absolutely not. Like he's buying his drinks or whatever. So again, he not contributing at all, but he's there. And I know Kevin mentioned it before about how she stiff-armed him, stiff-armed her husband in the face when, I don't know if he was trying to flirt with one of her friends or
that's what she thought,
whatever, but yeah, she very much him in the face, which I was just like, okay.
Yeah, I don't like that either.
I was like, that was a lot, but okay. Sarah, Lisa, they are in attendance. Ayan can't be there because she's picking up her family. They've all seen people have super lavish parties before Dubai. So they spared no expense when it comes to birthday parties, as we know. And I think it was Lisa that asked if Talene's going to be there or whatever. And she was like, well, yeah, Brooke said she was invited. She said she was invited. That's her word choice. And then in the confessional, she talks about how her PA invited Talene, but she didn't see that she RSVP'd. So as far as she's concerned, she's not coming. And
half the stories, that's half her story. That's what I can't stand about Brooks. She only gonna give you a piece of the story.
Yeah, she said
that's not the full story.
Invited, really?
Yeah, but you didn't say if she texted you. I didn't respond. Did you know her dog passed? Did you say anything? You didn't say nothing. You just, oh yeah, I invited her. I will see if she'll come. Like, girl, shut up. You just, she gonna make me mad this season. Ooh, she gonna make me mad. Ooh.
I also peeped when Sarah was like, yeah, because we don't like want to exclude people when it comes to events or whatever. And just like, okay, I'm gonna remember that you guys are saying this. Like, okay, we better keep that in mind. And meanwhile, Stanberry pops in on Talene. She brings everybody flowers, and her offers her condolences and everything.
That was so sweet.
Apparently, it was sweet that she not only bought her flowers, but she bought her mom flowers. I thought that was really cute. So look, so I'm saying when I say that they are capable of being girls, it's just when they want to exercise that. So Stanberry and Talene just a couple nights ago, they actually got super drunk, and it ended in Stanberry crawling into Talene's bed where Rafi was asleep, and he just remembers waking up seeing his wife and Margot Robbie. So that
was a lot. I don't know about that crawling on top of my husband and laying on top of my husband.
Because like, what if he ain't got no clothes on or something? Like,
what if he got a boner? What if he just woke up?
I don't like outside clothes on my bed, so like.
And then there's that. There's that.
Definitely that. So whatever. But I mean, nonetheless, though, I mean, if it's cool with them, then by all means.
I'm not saying like that. I know she wasn't
trying to have a friendship, like that you guys are getting along once we dispel all the BS. So I do think there's hopefully something there. And back at the party, Brooks is still bringing up Stanbury. I peeped that. And Sarah's like, whoa, do you think that did you peep Talene's IG story or whatever? And do you think they're trying to like piss us off or whatever? And I was like, huh?
What's Sarah being missing?
Sarah.
There you go. There go your valid point when you was like, I'm still looking at Sarah.
I see too, because Lisa's the one that sent Brooks the story. And Brooks is like, she's just over it. She says that this is the gutter meets gutter, and she basically about them being two peas in a pod, and neither Stanbury or Talene are going to the party. That's where we are.
That's exactly where we are. You can pull up Auntie Bernice's.
Main reason why Princess Diana was so hands-on with her sons because of the emotional attachment. Yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a great point. Exactly. And look what it's gotten them. Oh my gosh. What? Oh my God.
Do you think must be folding up the lady?
I've been hearing, and I actually want to just take a minute to kind of talk about these things that I've been hearing, actually, Kevin, along those lines. Brooks is a big because she doesn't trust people. She's what Destiny would be with Grant.
See, and that's what I was talking about when she said that comment right there. I was like, ooh, that's it right there, Auntie. That's it. You hit that thing. For me, when it came to Sarah saying that, or saying, did you see the story? Is that it's one thing to say did you see the story, or did you see them story? But when she turned around and said, is that to us? Are they doing that to us? I was like, now what in the sands? What in the beach of Dubai are you talking about right now? Why are you bringing this up? Here you go, stirring the pot. As soon as we give you a little credit that you don't do that, here you go, stirring the pot. So I'm like, okay, so now you're a little jealous. Okay, that's what that seems like to me. You a little green. Because why would you even bring it up? Didn't make any sense.
Mm-hmm.
What you got for me, girl?
So apparently these were some tweets, or actually I should probably start with this. Apparently Talene tweeted this, or put this on her story, I should say, asking anything, do you feel that you betrayed Brooks after she brought you on the show? And Talene responds with, everything, and I mean everything, will be addressed at the reunion and make a lot of sense for people. No, I didn't betray her. The truth will all come out. A good heart will always win in the end. So Brooks, of course, had to respond to that with hashtag RHO Dubai, delusional. My entire cast didn't even know you. You were non-existent to everyone on our show. You begged to be on the show since season 1, and I put you forward too late. I made your dreams come true. You are a backstabber. Be grateful for the opportunity. Y'all. So I just came across that, and I just want to make sure I shared it with you guys because, like, I want to know what the real truth is. I'm really looking forward to this reunion because
we're not gonna get it from Brooks
in this situation. Like, who do we believe in this? I do not like this wig either that she has.
That wig looks ugly. It looks like that baby hair looks like it's not even attached to the hair that's right there. Like a whole space.
It's overplucked or something. Like it's not.
They overplucked it. Yes.
She usually has too much. They don't pluck it enough, but this one's overplucked. Yeah, we got to all wait around to kind of see where this is going, but like I want to know, like, who do you guys think is telling something that resembles the truth more closely?
I ain't gonna say it's Brooks because like I said, Brooks only give you half the truth. So if she learned how to give us the whole truth and nothing but the truth, I'll be with her. But I mean, not with her. I would probably listen more. She turns me off by the way she manipulates certain situations just to make it not it's always about her to me because she's a bit of a narcissist too. But Moses and his children of Israel walked.
That's
funny. You're dumb.
Oh my God, I'm so
you are dumb on dumb.
Oh
but yeah, I just feel like we're not gonna get the full truth from Brooks. And Talene, if she is a clout chaser, she's not gonna give us the truth either.
But it'll all be revealed. If she is, that'll be revealed.
Yeah, we'll see it. Do you think she's a clout chaser?
I don't know. It's like as far as Talene goes, we still don't fully know her. So I don't know. I don't put it past her either way. She could be, she could not be, maybe. But I also would say, as far as Brooks, she leaves some stuff out and kind of just goes off her own opinions of things and people and stuff. She has her own scale of logic that she uses. So it's like, I'm taking both with a grain of salt. But something that I did find interesting is I heard through the grapevine, or not even through the grapevine, I want to say, I'm not even going to quote anybody because I watched so many people, it could have been anybody, but I do remember mention of some reputable made mention of the fact that they had heard that Talene's husband, Rafi, wants to be the Joe Gorga of the group / show.
Oh,
I thought that was a very interesting comparison. If you guys do watch Jersey, you used to watch Jersey, so you could have.
I know what you're talking about.
They mean that. So, because we know that he is like the Bravo husband of Bravo husbands, as far as Jersey at least is concerned. Like people, he's like the face of the husbands of Jersey. Yes. You guys can take that in a negative or positive depending on how you personally feel, but I'm just telling you what what the comparison means. If that's the case, and based on the next half of the season, the trailer that we got, and knowing who's on kind of apparently get involved in some stuff, it's making me look at something a little like, okay, well, I mean, is there some truth to it then? Or the things I'm hearing aren't really helping her case, if that makes sense.
That makes sense.
So I'm not trying to plant no seeds in y'all's minds or anything, but we are definitely getting geared up for a ride, is what it seems.
Yes, Lord. Yes, Lord. I'm telling y'all gotta check that trailer out for the half season. Quick's baby here. Yes, CZSA Fire Marshal Girl. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Yes, he did. Let me tell you something. That's what he said. Let me tell you something. I wish you could see my face because I do that lip just like him. Matter of fact, my sister Mallory used to do it so good. Oh my God. But that's one of our favorites. Let me tell you something. With the lip.
I'm so done, y'all.
I said cloud facer because of how Talene spoke about Brooks to Sunsbury from the prior episode when driving to the desert. Talene spoken to Brooks. Here's the thing. Here's the thing that I was thinking of.
I like that. Mm-hmm.
You know how Brooks is mad and saying, oh yeah, nobody knows you, nobody knows who you are. But then, oh no, I'm sorry. Ayan was the one that said, she said, I would never do that to you, Lisa. I would never go befriend the person that was like your enemy, or like we didn't get along, that y'all didn't get along, and now that's becomes my friend. Well, here's the thing. Stansbury and Brooks were good friends. Remember? They were talking every single day. Let them tell it. So for Talene to become friends with Stansbury, it's weird that they look at it as a certain kind of way, because it's like, she was cool with her. I'm your friend. She was your friend. You fell out for no good reason, really. And when I look at it, you really didn't have a reason to fall out with your friend. So I'm side-eyeing you for falling out with your friend for no reason. Mm-hmm. Which will make me, if we're in a friend group and this girl is here, and she's being nice to me, or not, or stand on 10 toes like I didn't say what I said, and says it in front of you, and you don't rebut what she says, then I'm looking at you sideways. So for me, Talene is doing what she's supposed to do. She's new to the group, and I'm not gonna let somebody else's hangups mess a relationship up. That's y'all hangup. That ain't my hangup. I don't even know her yet. So why would I be so mad at her? And who's to say that y'all mad today and not gonna be friends in 3 days or in a week or in 2 weeks or in a month? Who knows that? So I'm supposed to dog her out because you mad at her? No.
It was more so like the excitement, or not the excitement, the opinion piece when Brooks was like, well, that's my opinion or whatever. And it's just like, you just admitted it. Like, just because something is based on your own like, you do know what a personal opinion is. You do understand why they call it a personal opinion, right? Because it only pertains to your person. Like, that's just what you think. Mm-hmm. So you could have, and I'm not saying that don't exercise that. Like, of course, like, think for yourself. But once you brought back that information to Talene and told her, like, hey, Caroline said, boom, bam, pow. Mm-hmm. Once you do that, and Talene, then it's on her then at that point. You did what you thought you should do. Right. And it's now up to Talene on whether or not she wants to take heed to your warning or take your opinion into account. And if whether or not she chooses to go along with what you threw out there is totally up to her. And you can't fault her for that. You can't hold that against her. And Brooks is that's what she's doing. She's literally doing like, hey, if you don't agree with me, I don't want to be friends with you. And I personally can't be friends with people like that, because at the end of the day, we all have our own minds, and I should be able to think for myself just as much as you should be able to think for yourself, and we should be able to respect each other's thoughts.
That's the word for the day, baby. That's it. And that's all, for real. Because otherwise I'm gonna be a puppet. I'm gonna be a yes man for you. Well, we don't like her. Well, why don't we like her? Because I don't know. Well, I don't even know her to not like her. So why don't we like her again? Like, who does that? Like, it's gotta be something that somebody's done to you, or you peeped out like, oh yeah, I've seen the way she was acting. Then you can go with that. But as far as Talene being out of bounds, or going to the other side, to the dark side or whatever, like, come on, man, she got her own brain. She can think for herself, and it's that Stansberry is the same. If she's like y'all say, then she'll find out that that's how she is. If she's not like that, and y'all are like that to her, to Sandberry, then it's y'all. So, like, miss me. Like,
she's not obligated to listen to everything and go off of everything that you throw out there. Just because you think something doesn't mean that anybody has to do. Just because you think we should jump right now doesn't mean that we have to jump. And if you are going to use that as a reason to stop being friends with somebody, I don't care. If that's the case, then we were never friends to begin with, because it's able to crumble up to nothing in that moment just based off of something that so trivial. Then I don't need you as a friend anyway. Well, thank you. You need some work. Thank you. You need some work.
When they showed the trailer and Rafi and Brooks,
it was Lisa.
I mean,
I saw Lisa and him. Hold on.
Oh no, it was Brooks. Lisa was standing there and she was appalled that he was talking to Brooks that way.
Yes,
but he was talking to Brooks. He was going, he's not on Brooks.
This is the wrong thing. Oh, I thought he was talking to Lisa.
Because it's gonna be Brooks he's talking to, but she's just standing there. Come on.
Talk to Sandberry again and Taylor Swift's voice. The problem is me. Yeah, like, girl, she's been the common denominator in way too many things for me not to think, like, regardless of the fact, two things can be true at the same time. Talene can be a clout chaser, but you could also be turning all this into something that it doesn't have to be.
Girl, ain't nobody gonna tell me Brooks ain't the problem. We already seen the way she treated the husband and how she loved him. I can do it on my own. That's the stance she takes with everything. That's her stance. That's who she is. So for me, I think Brooks needs to go, like you said, go get the spiritual help you need, lady. Go get your spiritual help.
She better, y'all, but
it's gonna be by herself. Even our son gonna turn on her in a minute. She gonna be careful.
Pretty much. Last thing, y'all, before we get on out of here, I just want to look, because I just remembered that I uploaded these. We got a couple new confessional looks this episode, and can we just start off with my favorite?
What's your favorite? Let's see.
This one right
here. Girl, she was cute. I said, girl, you're looking young, girl. You're looking young.
Just propelled Sainsbury to my, like, pretty much, she's definitely my, like, top 10 best dressed housewives.
Housewives. Mm-hmm. She don't play with her clothes. I like the way her hair is split, and I love it all like pushed back to the one side.
Follow whoever her glam is, because I may not follow every housewife, because I follow a couple, but I don't really follow these celebrities because I could care less. Right. But I will follow their like glam and stuff just because I like
a glam girl.
Yeah. Stalk her glam team because they've been giving us some looks this season. And the other look I wanted to touch on, we got this look from Lisa.
Honestly, I didn't see the full like this. I don't even remember seeing the top of it.
I really liked this.
That thing looked like angel wings on the front. Really cute. I like that.
I like the bob.
The body filler.
Looks so just like airbrushed, and I'm
gonna say, you know what? She looks like the black Barbie doll head. Just pretty. Dang.
She does. And we also got a new look from
Ayan.
Yeah, there's a lot going on.
I feel like she might be receding. She at the top of her. You see, like, go back to the other picture. You can see, like, right there. You see how her hair is. There's like on the side, and then at the top, there's like it's like balding at the top. You see the difference in the shadow.
And that's not makeup?
I don't think so. I feel like maybe she might have losing her hair at the top. And so she just keeps it all short.
Maybe.
She might have alopecia, but I don't know because she keeps her face makeup.
I'm not going to say she can't, but nonetheless, I mean, there is just a lot going on in this look. But maybe, but it's.
I'm looking at the. I don't want to put that on my husband, but I'm looking at people they have the top missing, and then they go real low, and it's like, okay, you got a bald head, but I really feel like I don't see no stubble. Really, I see the light on top of her head. I see the light on the side of her head on this one, but I also see the shadow. But on this picture, I feel like there's shadow over her ear where the hair is growing. It even you look at where her ear starts, how far the eyebrow and where that hairline starts is far back. It looks far back to me.
I'm gonna have to catch this.
Ayan looks like an alien superstar in her newest confessional. You know what? Goodbye.
What? Who is getting her backbone out here? I mean, I've heard that Brooks has a man online, but I don't know who. Sainsbury looks like Jessica Rabbit. Yeah, I can see.
Oh, yeah. That's a good one. That is a good one. She does.
Red might be her color.
Yeah, I think red is her color because she looked really pretty. I mean, it made her look so youthful. Yeah, looks like it. It's cold.
Yeah, she might, and I mean that's fine.
That's what I say. I think she might have alopecia because, yep. I would know if I can see them eyebrows. Like I will be able to tell a little bit more. But even like right there, I feel like it looks shadowy. It could be the shadows, but I really do feel like it might be at the top. And if she does have alopecia, or and her pulling her hair off or the wigs off so we can see it, maybe that will be something she's gonna talk about. Because I really want to know why she bald headed. And pretty. She looks pretty. I'm not even. It's not talking about her like that because everybody can't wear a bald head. I don't know what I would look like with a bald head. I wore a short haircut before, but everybody ain't got this hair. Okay, there we go. See at the top of it, I feel it might not be alopecia, but she might be been gluing her hair down and there's no hair at the top.
It's going on, yeah, or something.
Yeah, I feel like it receded more because even like I said, you look by her ears where the hair is actually growing. Unless you just have a big forehead.
No.
Because look where her ear is.
Oh,
where her ear starts and your hair grows in front of your ear. Like my hair is in front of my ear.
Yeah.
My hair is in front of my ear. But when you look at hers, her hair, the line, she ain't lining it up, but where they were lining up at, it's behind her ear. Go on, girl. See, look how clean that is. Girl, clean. You gorgeous. That makeup is flawless.
Interesting.
I don't know. I don't know. I don't see that much stubble. Not on the sides and stuff, and not at the top. I mean, they might have just cut it clean off, but why are you doing that? Because usually people have a reason why they cut their hair off like that. But then Toni Braxton's sister, Tawanda
one friend,
see, no follicles. That's what I see.
I got a couple friends that just they just went bald one day. It was just like, I'm just gonna be bald.
Yeah, that's what and I get that. That's what I'm saying. I want to know that. I want to know if that's what she did. Like, I'm tired of my hair, or I want to wear my wigs. I don't want to have to glue nothing down. I want to braid nothing down.
I debate it quite often. So I mean, I can see it, but
I'm looking at the shadows, like how far the shadows are.
A bald-headed freak. Y'all are so funny. Yes, it is giving very much Grace Jones. That's
yeah, for sure. I love it. Like,
she elements about it. I definitely can.
I'm glad she rocking. I'm glad she took the wigs off. I'm glad she did all this and still show up glamorous, because I think a lot of us are slaves to our phone, and a lot of women are slaves to their wigs.
Or you like to follow trends and stuff. I like the people that just don't even follow anything and just go off of their own, like what they want to put on or whatever they see as beautiful or fashionable or whatever. Like, do you ultimately?
And that's what Ayan's giving right now. She look like she doing her. It don't look like she's trying to be nobody or do anything or step outside the box. I want everybody to just look at me. It's not like she's not giving me that. That's why I say I feel like it's a reason why she did this. But she looks gorgeous. The girl looks gorgeous.
Oh, she does. But
hi, my dude.
I enjoyed talking to you all. We for quite a while, actually, and you guys are still rocking with us, so we do appreciate it. I actually went back on my word, and I didn't even cut off the Twitter.
Good job.
The Twitter stream, so y'all got
a full episode
over there. So you really need to come on over here and hit that subscription button on my channel as well as my sister's channel. We would love to have you guys as new subscribers, so come on over here, hit that subscription button. Don't forget to hit the like button as well. We appreciate each and every one of you all that kept the chat going. Y'all never cease to amaze me with these crazy things that y'all be saying. I can't. I do appreciate you all being here. Even though we went over like 30 minutes, usually we're only like about 2 hours. 2 and a half.
It's okay, long as y'all enjoyed it. Like Kevin said, we're good.
Evidently, you did, because I still see 60 people watching from Twitter. So nice. Same time, unless they do something crazy and don't come back to us for whatever reason, Jersey. Then we'll be here same time, same place next week.
Yes.
We enjoyed y'all.
Have a good one, y'all.
Yes. Bye.
Bye, guys.